Right, we're live, guys. We're live. Hold on a second. Right, okay, we're good to go. We're good to go. Where are we? There we go. Right, what's going on, guys? How is everything going with everybody today? It's Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and I've just picked up the stream now. Welcoming Gary. Gary, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. How's yourself?
Yeah,
Hope you're
doing
feeling
good.
better than you was the other day.
Yeah, I've just, to be honest, I've been resting, so I've been taking it quite easy, and I'm just just trying to kick back and relax and just enjoy the long weekend. I'm not working this week, so I'm taking the whole week off,
Good,
and
good.
so that's where I'm going to try and just get some proper R&R. Because you know what it is, when you're working, it's not so much the physical, it's the mental as well. So
hmm
yeah, I just want to try and take some time to myself. How are you guys doing though? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me just get I've got the stream working now, so me and Gary will let you know where we are as far as the stream goes. Um, Team sheet, we're gonna have a look at the team sheet. Let's get rid of this first. Let me get rid of that so we can look at the team sheet. Hey, what's going on, Tony? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm ailing a little bit, but I'm feeling a bit better than
Nice
I
to see
was
you, Mr.
last
Cox.
week.
Back from Paris, one
See you
piece.
too, my good friend. You've got fancy camera, gal.
Yeah, he's got a nice little
Yeah,
background there going. Yep.
I
So
had myself a little upgrade.
I was going to put one on mine, but I kind of don't need to be honest. One of mine
I
is just
got
a
a
little bit
hybrid in
natural.
the background. There's a picture of Arsenal versus Man United.
Mad.
Have you seen that picture before, Apollo?
I have, yes, I have. I've seen many of your pictures. Board don't hit back and all that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them, mate.
Signed by the team.
Nice. I haven't got one that's signed by the
Thierry
team, but
Henry, Ashley Cole, Patrick Vieira, Tony Adams, all signed.
wow. I've got a Redskins one like that, but not an Arsenal one. The only thing
Yeah.
I've got here, which I'll pull out for you guys, is a signed. I've just got a signed picture from Saka. You probably
Oh,
can't see
nice.
it. Yeah, I've got a signed picture from Saka, which I've got framed. That's the only thing that I've got. Yeah, that's the only thing that I've got. Gary's like, well, bollocks to you two. I've just got my background, so there you go.
Yeah, I painted the wall in my front
I
room.
must admit, I haven't had that out for a little while.
Right, guys, we've got some action now. But let's talk about the team sheet. Overall, guys, team sheet is Raya and goal, Saliba, White, Gabriel, Timber. The biggest thing I do try to get the game reviews out for you guys on a Thursday. For two reasons. It just gives you a couple of days to soak in. Some people are busy in one day, and I think what was the problem when I do them on a Friday is if the game is on early Saturday, then you've completely missed the preview. So what I do try to do, guys, is get them out at least on Thursday night, and that gives you a couple of days then to ensure that you've seen the preview at hand. And I mixed in a little bit of transfer talk as I go into the preview as well, just to try and catch up with you guys. But Timber for me was the right call. It's something I felt that the boss should have done. Leroy Bailey is no joke. And
Who's Leroy? Is that his brother? Is that Leon's brother?
Leon's brother.
Yeah, it definitely is. And the name's right as well, fitting for a Jamaican. And I just think that Zinchenko, we've seen what he's like against Villa, against Liverpool, and he just doesn't deal with that well. There are games you can play him with because, and a lot of people have come out and said Zinchenko is actually playing better this year. Yes, he's playing better, but he's still not at that level. The difference with Calafiori and Timber is you've just got different levels, higher ceilings, rather than Zinchenko being a low ceiling in sales. So this is the right thing to do. Whether he has a great game, an okay game, or a bad game. It's a game he has to play in because, quite frankly, he just hasn't had enough minutes for Arsenal. So this is his coming out party. If he pulls this off, Urian Timber, it's going to be the talk of the town. Partey, Rice, and Odegaard in the midfield, Saka, Havertz, and they've gone with Martinelli again. So I wouldn't have done this. I again would have gone with Trossard. But in my review, and I'm talking to Tony and Gary here, I did talk about the possibility of having more support, which would improve Martinelli's game. Zinchenko doesn't overlap. You don't see him playing in 1-2s. He just doesn't get that high up in the field. He more plays a relaxed 10 or 8, just trying to thread balls through. What Martinelli needs is what Saka has, where Ben White is literally on the goal line, on the touch line, and Odegaard shifts over for those triangles. And Martinelli just doesn't have that. So that's to his defense, really. Yes, I've said he's not played well, but I've also said that he needs more support. So I guess this is what the boss is looking at. Let's go with Gary first. Gary, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I've got no problem with Timber coming in whatsoever. Zinchenko just can't be played in and can't be trusted in these big games against, the so-called big 5 or 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. When there's a threat on his side, we've got to neutralise it with Tomiyasu, Timber, or Calafiore. So no problem with that. Martinelli, the team really picks itself. Martinelli, I would have been inclined to go with Trossard. I understand what you say when you say Martinelli doesn't get the support. I get that. But he also has a lot of opportunity that does come his way, and he doesn't make the most of it. That's my biggest gripe with the guy. Even though he doesn't get the same support as Saka, he has so much opportunity to cross, to shoot, to run, and he just makes poor decisions. So that's where I'm at. But the team pretty much picks itself.
Yep. So, what about you? And what about you, Tony? I'm just thinking this.
I'm just looking at Jamaica coming out to the.
I was just looking at that actually.
This just looks like Jamaica coming out to play football, bruv.
What?
You know what it is, Tony? It looks like they're wearing a different top every week, isn't it?
It is. It's mad. It's mad.
I didn't. What?
When did this come from?
This came out.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
This came out about Tuesday or Wednesday. This kid is fire. Because I don't know if you noticed, Jamaica have launched the Adidas Jamaica kit.
Yeah, Ian Wright was wearing it the other day, singing in his car.
But now Arsenal launched this one. I'm like, damn. So that's why I had the conversation with you, Apollo, about how much Adidas are investing in Jamaica kit, because I'm like, nah, they're rinsing it, brother. They're rinsing it.
Adidas now are literally sponsoring almost every team in the Premier League. And in Spain, Real Madrid as well.
Wow.
That's nuts. Let's say hello to our guys here, and let's get rid of the team sheet. Let's say hello to our guys in the chat. Where are we? We are D-Dubs back in the house, man. What's going on? Timber starts. Yeah, listen, we're ready, bro. We've been waiting.
Thank you, Dubs, for joining us last night. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, and Emerson, shout out to you, Emerson. He goes, evening everybody and fellow subscribers. A bit of good news. Under 18s won today against Chelsea. Also kept an eye on Saka, and he's called the kitman over about the boots. Nice one, man. Yeah, D's back in the house. Loving D, man. Do you know what? D's one of these brothers that just give you constructiveness. Whether it's constructive analysis, whether it's constructive criticism, it's stuff that you can respect because the man is a stand-up guy in the chat, and I like that. Big respect to you, D, man. You as well, Cam. Cam says must be tough. Start with the toughest start we've had in the first season for quite some time. Hopefully this match is where Martinelli explodes that kind of space, really see him scoring. Yeah, and on top of that is because if you've got a Leon Bailey who loves to attack, just like a Trent Alexander who loves to attack, what does that do? It leaves space in behind because it tells you that the right back doesn't have any support at all. So yes, you're right about that. You can exploit that space, that space. And God, my voice is going already, and I've just started the stream. This is not a good sign. Interesting.
In that space though, Apollo, we have to play that ball, and we don't really do that enough.
Yeah. Interesting, guys, that Villa's gone with two fullbacks who overlap to get forward. Last season, it was common for their centre-backs to play one of those fullback positions, particularly Konsa when he was at right back. I guess Emery used him as a popular choice. This time, they've gone with Cash, who's not really known for his defensive ability. So it doesn't seem that Emery is too concerned about the threat down to our left-hand side. So a little bit of a chess match there. This is Lewis. A little bit of a chess match there between Emery and Arteta. And I do want to hit home, guys. Yes, we lost to this team twice last year, but boy, did we ever play some scintillating football. And we were remarkable at times against them. The biggest factor for me, and this was all over last season, was when you start Jesus up top, it doesn't work. And those were the games that we were losing, especially twice to Villa. And so let's see what happens with Havertz up top. Shout out to you, Lewis. What's your thoughts on the team sheet with Timber?
Give me 1 second. I just need to sort out my audio. For some reason.
No problem. They're just talking about the team.
Both games against them last season, Apollo, we battered them, but we just couldn't score.
Yeah.
Jesus up front, man. Gary likes to play with his food. And he must have heard me at the Emirates Cup because he shot from 30 yards out and scored.
Yeah, that was due to bad goal.
Yeah, but he's not with us today.
Yeah,
he keeps breaking down.
Yeah, thank God, because I think Arteta would have been tempted to play him up top, which would just show me you're not learning from your mistakes. I'm not saying he would have, but I'm still not at the phase where I can trust him.
I don't think you can change the Havertz combination up top. The way it's been so productive, when you've got a winning formula, you don't mess around with that. And Kai Havertz is deserving of his spot up front. He's coming to this new season. He's hit off with a bang, goal and assist in the first game. You don't mess around with it. You stay with that, and you look to impact from the bench. Now, obviously, today's impact would be Eddie Nketiah if needs be. So I've got no problem there. We've all, I think, got confidence in Eddie if we need him. But what the injury to Jesus tells me is, if you do plan to let Eddie go, as is being touted, you have to go out and buy another striker. You have to go out and buy a backup striker, at least.
Yeah, and my thoughts on that. I'm one of the 1% that doesn't believe that. I think we just need a forward. I think that we just need somebody who, like Nico Williams, someone like a Leroy Sané.
That's not just somebody, buddy. It
isn't, but I'm talking about
just a random guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about a wide player who can play all across the line.
Agreed.
Kind of a Liverpool forward. That's what we need.
Or Kudos,
a Jota, a Firmino, that type of player.
Listen,
that's what we need.
We missed out on Kudos for 35 million, man.
I'm with Gary on that one.
That makes no sense.
I don't understand it either. No. Like, you look at what he can bring, you look at what he was doing at Ajax, and you're just like, that's an Arteta player there.
We paid 34 million for Fabio Vieira, right? And we couldn't pay 35 million for Kudos.
Don't get me started on Fabio Vieira. Like, the less I say, my mum told me, if you've got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. So, enough said.
Emerson's kicked off. I haven't kicked off yet.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
I'm not kicked off. Right, I'm going to have to... You guys always do this to me, man.
I'm not kicked off yet, but I'm going to find it.
I'm not kicked off either.
Both goalkeepers are wearing the same top.
Right, I'm on main
It's
event.
Adidas, isn't it? We everybody's sponsored by Adidas.
Yeah, every keeper in the
So
world.
this is what you're gonna get.
What was I just seeing now? I saw him in yellow.
Right, I've kicked off now, but that's not good enough. I think we're on Premier League, is it? Let me have a look. Yeah, we're on Premier League. Okay, so I just sped up my stream by 20 seconds.
No, it is. I saw the yellow. Oh, what's happened there? What? Confused. Right, okay.
Confused.com, Gary.
Martinelli tried to take a quick free kick from inside the Villa half, and I was trying to work out why the free kick was because I didn't see no foul or nothing, but it was offside.
Cam says he
do
should be.
you know in these games, especially in the opening exchanges, sometimes when you're the away team, sometimes you just need to take time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there'll be a time like midway through the first half where you want to take everything quick, but right now it's all about getting your foot on the ball, you know, silencing the crowd a little bit, getting used to the atmosphere, and just playing the way that we want to play. Like we dictate play.
So I didn't. Obviously, you guys have seen the preview I have on the channel, and I went for 1-0. I'm looking for performance akin to when we went to Newcastle end of 2023, and we went up there and won 2-0, which is one of my favorite Arteta wins as an Arsenal manager because it was a revenge game. Tony, what are you looking for in this one?
I'm actually just keeping my eye on Julian Timber's position because you can see quite clearly he's inverted straight off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mentioned in the preview we saw him playing behind Saka last week. We saw him on the right-hand side, playing up with Saka. I mean,
So Andre Onana's down.
He's fine. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him.
Andre.
We're going to have to make up a new name for inverted left back because for how far he goes up the pitch and where he goes, that don't look like inverted to me, man.
Let me tell you this for a start. Sorry to cut you, Apollo, but to go down like that and you're built like Amadou, I got serious problems.
Maybe
like, man's gone
Andre.
down. But do you know what? I watched his interview on Sky Sports News because I was a bit bored at work. And do you know what? I quite like the guy. He's like someone that is quite charismatic. You know, he doesn't kind of care about what happens outside. He's just him. It's such a shame we didn't get him. I think Arteta could have, you know, that would have been a very good party replacement, in my opinion.
Guys, what's Tim? Onana looks bad, man. Is that concussion?
Nah, it's just typical check. It's typical check. It's typical check.
What's going on here? Everything.
There was nothing in the
That does
challenge.
look like concussion protocol, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they will do. He's fine. He's getting back up. He'll be fine. Took a little rap in the face and that's it. But if he's finished from there, I'll be very surprised. Very surprised.
So guys, you're probably wondering what the other situation is. 15 minutes before kickoff, the communication system between the match officials went down completely. So it's been partially, but not completely resolved at the moment. And that's why Dan Cook could barely hear Michael Oliver. That's probably what happened. That's what it looks like what's happened. Yeah, Stylist, good to see you, Stylist. It says that might be a concussion. Wait to see what they do here. He's still on the sidelines. It looks like they're going to let him back on.
He'll be all right after a few minutes, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, it depends, man. If he's got proper concussion, he'll be okay for 30 seconds. And then as he starts to run, it'll all start collapsing on him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll see. But it didn't look like it was that heavy of a collision at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
How is everybody? We haven't all been on at the same time for a while.
Yeah, I'm well, thanks, buddy. I'm well.
I see you doing all your boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
still putting up them dudes.
You've not been out to bat. Oh, lovely move.
Yeah, it's guys. This game. I'm at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. By the way, this game hasn't started the way Unai Emery has wanted. Arsenal are just in total control of the ball in the midfield. Notice Villa's not pressing, and I do want to say one thing that Villa does use the long ball tactic with us a lot. They tend to, they can't play through our midfield. We know they can't, but they tend to just use the route one against Watkins, which has really worked well for them. against Arsenal over the last 3 years. So
Not there,
interesting to
Thomas.
see.
Come on. Got to do better.
Oh, patience, lad, patience. Just, if they're giving you the space and time, just pop one into midfield. Get Odegaard on the half turn or Rice on the half turn, and then get us up the pitch. We didn't need to do
Arsenal
that.
in heavy press
Too
right
eager.
now. Arsenal in heavy press. 6 black shirts are surrounding the penalty area. Villa just really finding it difficult to play the ball through. Odegaard now guarding the back pass as a gap play there. And Villa just can't get the ball out.
One thing I noticed about us in pre-season, we looked super sharp, especially against Leverkusen. I was really impressed with how he was pressing, the fitness of the team. It fills you with confidence.
Well done, Timber.
That's a great clearance. Here comes Arsenal on the right-hand side. Martinelli's free to run. He's got 2 defenders in front of him. What is he going to do? This is the weakest part of his game. And he plays the ball behind Saka. Saka crosses it in. And Rice has a shot and it's saved. But, that's the good and bad with Martinelli, I'm afraid, there, guys.
Yeah,
you know what, guys? I just got my stream back at that exact moment, and that's exactly what I was talking about with Martinelli.
Yeah, bad
He
decision.
doesn't make the right choice. That ball has to be played with his left foot because he's got no confidence. He plays with the outside of his right.
I think the way he squared up the defender, he's got to go down the line and then whip it across. He's got the pace to do it. Just a little drop of the shoulder and then whip one across.
It's a confidence thing because he's got no confidence on his left foot. That's why he had the option. You either play the ball across with your left, go on the outside like you say, but all in his mind, I've got to use my right foot. But he has to use
the thing is, Gal,
pass ever.
The thing is, Gal, I think you can play that ball with your right foot, but he got that all wrong with his right foot. He completely fluffed it.
I generally think
the other day, right? And that Rodrigo, he made the right decision time after time after time. Did not make one mistake. Everything cutting in, whatever he done, it was the right decision.
This is good sustained pressure. Come on, that's what I like to see. No, don't force it. Stop forcing it. We didn't need to force it there. Why, Tom? Like, you don't need to. Just set up camp in their last third and just enjoy the ball on the edge of their box.
That's right, which is what we've done for the last 2 games. All we just couldn't do was score. We just wasn't clinical. Cam saying, Apollo, take it easy, bro. Actually, I'm going to take a bit of a couple of minutes to take my medication while you lot are on.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
He says,
with us, bro. We'll run the show. Don't worry.
He says, Wenger ball versus Arteta ball. Honestly, bro, I prefer Arteta ball. And the reason why is because we got a plan. Like
100%.
As much as we love Wenger,
that's a bit of a weird statement, though. I must admit. I mean, you can't say you didn't have a plan, Wenger.
Yeah, no.
Wenger ball at his very best, like the Jack Wilshere goal. That was just like
it was, but
I don't
Tony,
think I'll ever see Arteta's ball ever play a goal as good as that.
But Tony, Wenger says it in his book, and the players say he just let us go out there and express ourselves. Yeah. So more so, Patrick was the leader on the pitch, whereas Arteta under Wenger, we know what happened when they went away to Man City and Arteta took control of the team. I'd rather have a team with a plan. You know what I'm saying, Lewis?
Yeah, man. I mean, the thing is with Wenger ball was defensively was not that great. But like free flowing football, one of the best.
You say that. We had 2 of the best, 3 of the best.
Towards the end of it, he wasn't that great. But like I've seen Arsenal score some absolute exquisite goals under Arsene Wenger, man. There's so many in the catalogue. Do you know what I mean? Just crazy. But Arteta definitely has like a very structured plan. He's very detailed in the way that he wants the team to play. Like, and he's still trying to get that little bit of expression when needed. No, not necessarily a bad thing with Arteta at the minute. So Arsenal just got the ball at the back there, just playing around, waiting for the Villa press. Villa aren't pressing. Ray just holds the ball, plays it out to Gabriel, who has a little row.
That's the ball. That's the ball. But that's Timber pressing. Why Timber on the left wing there? Chasing the ball from Gabriel.
It's almost... Yeah. No, that's a good thing.
Oh.
I like that. I've
got no problem with that. Don't get me wrong. It's a shame there because Odegaard just played the ball, but the ball was to Havertz further past Timber there. Because you've got to play that ball and turn them facing their own goal.
Do you know what? Like in the opening 10 minutes, Villa are extremely passive. They're looking just to wait for us to make the mistake. That's how I'm reading this game. They're like, do you know what? We're more than happy for you lot to have the ball. We're going to hold the mid block and we're just going to make it difficult for you. If you get the goal, you get the goal.
God. The referee stopped play because Matty Cash has got down with a hamstring strain.
Get him off the pitch, man.
He's on the byline, man. He doesn't even. But why is the ref stopping the game for a leg injury? He tried to block the cross from Martinelli, and he's obviously overstretched.
That's good news for us, then. That's good news because who have they got on the bench?
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, why are you stopping the game for an injury that's not head injury?
Is it Michael Oliver? That's the referee, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That'll explain it.
But I was just watching the Southampton game, right? They was the Forest defender went down with cramp. Southampton were on the ascendancy, and the ref blew the whistle.
Do you know what, Gary? Unless the Premier League have said to the clubs that if anybody goes down with an injury, you're meant to stop the game.
No, it's head injury only, man.
I don't know. They might have changed the rules because, you know, before the start of each season, they get the clubs together and have the meeting.
There was nothing that said about that. But, you know, Southampton were furious because they was losing 1-0 at the time. They lost the game 1-0 actually, but they was in the ascendancy trying to get the equaliser, you know, and the geezer went down because he overstretched trying to block and got cramp.
So it's a hamstring injury to
hamstring or knee.
Emery is looking overly stressed right now. That tells you a lot.
His day's done, man. He's just slapped the net as he walked past the back of the goal.
But the thing is, Matty Cash is one of those players that is super erratic. You never know what you're gonna get with him. Like you're either gonna get like an 8 out of 10, or you're gonna get a 2 out of 10 with him. And last time when we played them at Villa Park in December, he was so bad that he got away with a lot.
So they got some guy coming on I've never heard of. I can't even pronounce his surname. Costa someone. Kostinojovic.
Martinelli, your next job, test this fullback out. See what he's about.
Well done, Gabriel. Bullied up Watkins, man.
Do you feel that we're rushing a little bit in possession? Like
I don't think there's many options to play the ball forward. There's not many options.
Yeah.
So you're playing the ball in crowded areas.
There was, to me, I think Lewis.
Yeah! Oh my God! What a save, Martinez! I thought that was in. So Odegaard plays the ball.
Odegaard, Saka comes.
Oh, lovely. It's a beautiful save. Like, it is a very, very good save.
It comes off his thumb. What a save that is. I thought it was in.
Saka doing the Saka thing, coming in on his left foot and pointing like a certain goal into the bottom left corner. and Martinez with a fantastic reach out save along the deck.
But then
So
I look at
corner
it
to
this way.
Arsenal.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry. I look at it this way. Like, you expect your keeper to make that kind of a save at least, like get tips on it.
Rice with the
Stuff
goal
like that.
up. Martinez is down in the box and it's up and it's off the line. Oh no, the whistle's gone. Frick off, Martinez.
Oh my God! You can't call that as a foul.
You know, it's not even a foul. It's his own player.
He just literally dropped himself down to the floor. So there must be a tactic where if you get touched, you go down because they know how good we are. They know how. It's more of a foul on flipping Saliba than it is on Martinez.
But it's his own player.
Brother.
It's his own player, right? It's not an Arsenal player.
It's not an Arsenal player. You're right.
That's the thing. He's in front of his own player and he feels the contact and he just drops
and goes down. Fucking
love
ridiculous.
to see Lewis. Is the truth. Yeah, Lewis is not always available. 18. So when we can get him, we're blessed. So you know,
I'm gonna make myself more available, man. Like I'm a little bit camera shy these days, you know.
You know what it is. You know what it is, 18. You know why Lewis is not available because he's trying to get that spot on the left wing for Arsenal.
I'm working on the Project Mbappe 2.0 right about now, and
the young man.
You know, my youngest, my son, he's. Do you know what? Like, I love watching him play. I love the expression that he has. It's just about getting him a little bit more wise up here than it is down at his feet. So
part, bro.
Yeah, and like midweek, like I work. Sometimes I can work late, and like by the time I get home, I'm like too tired to even think about that.
With a slightly little dodgy header, but lucky Gabriel was close enough to cover.
Yeah, that's good defending. They were close enough to be able to make sure that if there was any mistake,
I think had it gone further back, Watkins was in a little foot race there.
Yeah. I don't worry at all. Like, yes, Watkins is quick, but in that situation, they both, like Gabriel and Saliba, they're like, you know what? We'll give you like a little glimpse, and then one of us will pounce, and the other one will tidy up.
You know what, Cam? You never see Lewis and Nabil in the same room at the same time, bro. It's like Batman.
No, we've been on at the same time. It's just very rare. It's like a total clip.
Lewis. I don't remember myself.
Lewis ain't even got his glasses on today, man.
Oh man. No, I'm very camera shy. Very camera shy.
Declan Rice seems to be playing what a run from Onana, man.
So what's your guys' take on us getting this Spanish midfielder? I can't even pronounce his name, so I'm not even gonna.
Mikel Merino.
Merino, yeah.
He done his medical this morning. Oh, someone else is down now. Who's that?
Yeah, Leroy Bailey.
That doesn't surprise me.
His medical was supposed to be yesterday, but they had to reschedule it for today.
So I don't know if that's a foul. If the referees give a free kick for a foul by Odegaard.
It's not even a foul. I don't think that's a foul.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was. I think he's done a step over and twisted his ankle.
That's exactly what I think it is, Gary. A step over himself.
So it's
another occasion. Why is the ref stopping the game? Unless it looks like a bad ankle sprain or something. He done the step over.
He looks like he's in this.
He's turned his ankle doing the step over.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you know what I say? It is written in the stars. It is written in the stars because everybody was worried about Bailey. He's done it himself. He's literally done it himself, which is unfortunate because I actually like the way that Bailey plays the game of football. It's just that his body is just not strong enough.
So, guys, did I miss? I heard somebody shout off the bar.
Yeah, the corner was swung in. Martin has done some foolish bum sit dive where he got touched by his own player and the ball flicked up and hit the bar, but the referee give a free kick to Villa for a foul on their goalkeeper by their own player.
Unai Emery does not look happy at all. Guys, I'm on 20 minutes and 55 seconds.
Same as
right. You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. I'm in the 40s.
Yeah, likewise with Lewis.
Hold on. Let me just sort out the family. Quick time.
No worries, brother.
So Bailey looks like he's okay to continue.
Cam says Lewis is a knowledgeable guy. He knows his stuff. Reminds me of Nabil. You guys have a great panel. Emerson, Apollo, and Lewis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Remember, I get the texts every morning, mate. Which is why I was surprised he didn't have the medical on Friday. Cam says Arteta's voodoo work is paying off big time. All of my Jamaican relatives will be calling Bailey soft right now. You're too funny. Seriously, some of you lot in the chat should do stand-up comedy, you know.
So the fewest touches in the opening 20 minutes. Ollie Watkins 1, Kai Havertz 2.
That's right, yeah.
And Ollie Watkins took the kickoff, didn't he, Don? Oh no, who took kickoff? I didn't see that. Did I see that? Can't remember.
Interesting. Kai's only had 2.
But
the game's being played really in the middle and down the wings, isn't it? So
well, it is on their side. On our side, we're free to bring the ball up. You can see again here, no press, Gary, no press. What they're trying to do is they're trying to keep their shape tight. Look at the back line, how it's pushed up.
That's a terrible ball, Martin. Come on, man. What a terrible ball that is to Declan Rice.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't be playing, should he, Martinelli? Emerson says, me too, plane arrived just a bit late at Luton. Emerson, are you going or you coming? I still don't know what I'm doing this week. I might go down to France for 3 or 4 days.
So is Emerson referring to Marino's plane arriving a bit late?
Oh, that's probably what it was. Right, yeah. So sorry, I missed that, bro. Declan Rice, second time he's had problems with contact lenses. Arsenal again showing full press.
Arsenal win the ball back with ease. Saliba steps in.
Yeah, it's the press. The press is being effective. We're doing it and they're not.
I'm wondering. Just knock the ball over the top and get Martinelli or Saka running in behind, you know?
Well,
that's the key to beating this lot.
We don't want to do what we did the last game, which is run ourselves tired after an hour. I mean, like I said, I compare it to rope the dog, the hare and the tortoise. We cannot afford to do that because we went all out at home.
Has that not a foul, ref? Oh my God, Ollie Watkins has missed a sitter. Personally, I thought that was a foul on Gabriel. But he dilly-dally, got caught, and that should have been 1-0 Villa. This is what I mean against this lot. They hustle and I think that's a foul on Gabriel, man. I don't think he's won.
Wow. Oh my God. No. Gabriel has to be quicker with the ball there.
Yeah, no,
that would have counted.
I'm not sure. VAR may have turned that over, but he scuffed it.
I don't think they would have done. I don't think they would have done. He
won the ball by coming in with a tackle from behind. Which you can't do. You fouled the man and you take the ball at the same time.
Yeah, these guys, sloppy.
Yeah, that's the wake up call, lads. Yeah, you've had 25 minutes of the ball. That's the warning shot.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Now Villa are pressing. Now they're pressing. Timber loses the ball. Yeah, now Villa are in press.
Oh, well done. Kai Havertz cuts it out to Odegaard. To Ben White. See, Saka made a nice little run there, but Odegaard declined to play the ball through. And it's back to Ben White. Get in the box, Kai. And he ends up losing it.
So here's where my mind is running, guys. I'll run this one past you.
Lovely touch, Thomas.
So the backup number 10 is normally Smith Rowe, and he's gone. and then it goes to Fabio Vieira, and he's gone. So who's actually backing up Havertz in this system?
It's going to be Ranieri, isn't it?
You mean Odegaard?
Really?
Yeah.
Odegaard.
Well, Odegaard is what I would class as the number 110.
Yeah.
Because the way Havertz plays as like a 9.5. He's not a 10 and he's not a 9. He's very in between.
I wonder if that's what he's going to do with either Zinchenko or Jesus. I can't see anybody else that can go there, to be honest. I thought about it last night when I went to bed. I was like, what? How can he let Vieira go? This is Vieira's time to shine. We don't have a backup 10. We don't have no one.
I don't see how we can feasibly consider Zinchenko a 10.
No. He's more of
8.
He plays like an 8, yeah.
Emerson said Ranieri can play anywhere.
Yeah,
maybe that's what he's doing. But I just think that kind of responsibility is a lot, but maybe he can handle it. Arteta did say that he's not treating them like academy kids, he's treating them like members of the team. So
yeah, I mean, if you're good enough, you know, age isn't a thing. You know, we've seen plenty 100%. Of youngsters come in at young age, Fabregas, Patino, you know, we've seen loads of them.
Guys, can you see what's going on here? So Emery shows signs of a press. Arteta then gets Raya to bait, and then Villa don't bite on it. So it's a little bit of cat and mouse games here, which is what we play with Manchester City. Raya is brilliant at it.
Play on the counter attack here. They've got no interest in getting the ball and trying to do anything. They're happy to let us have it, and they're happy for us to knock it about, and hopefully we don't score.
I did allude to this earlier. I would go as far to say that David Raya is probably the best baiting goalkeeper there is at playing out the back. He's just a craft, man.
Onana tries to, but he's not quite
Saka,
got it.
Man, get your head in the game, Saka.
Well cut out, Thomas Partey there.
Oops.
It's one of them games where you'll be happy that you go in at 0-0, but annoyed that you're not 1-up.
Yeah, man. We can't have a draw in this game now.
But in the opening half hour, there's only been one shot, which Martin has played really well.
Come on, boys, man. You got this. I know you got this.
Yeah.
Forget about what happened in December. It's a new season.
Yeah.
Different players, different tactics. You know, I believe that we will get the result. It looks like it's going to be a 1-0 again.
That's what I was hoping for, Lewis. That's what I was hoping for. Cam says Villa are fast becoming the new Stoke. Watkins, Mr. Sitter, luck is definitely on our side today.
Long throw from Digne.
I'll tell you this now: if Watkins gets another situation like that, he will bury it. That's the type of striker that he is.
Referring to Aston Villa as Stoke of old is an insult. They're far more nuanced as a football team.
It was meant to be an insult, Tony. It was meant to be an insult.
It's an insult to Stoke.
But you know, you can't make that similarity because Aston Villa don't play that kind of football. They're not even physically that strong. They're not like Stoke would just beat you up. Like
Tony was an insult.
Stoke played rugby. Yeah, let's be real. Stoke played rugby. Stoke against the top teams will absolutely foul and foul and foul.
That's a yellow card.
Right. They weren't even a footballing team back then.
Saka gets ironed out.
There's no comparison. Like Emery wants this lot to play football and to play a little bit more with their brains, if that makes more sense, rather than like brute force.
Yeah, Emerson, I didn't see that because the team sheet that I had didn't have subs on it. So I missed that. I didn't see it. But, you know, Salah's my guy, you know. Salah is my guy.
Salah played what? He played this today. No, yesterday, didn't he?
That's his brother.
Okay. All right.
Well, what a ball from Martinelli. But Martinelli, what is he going to do with it?
Nothing.
He gives it to Havertz. It's now Declan Rice with the cross.
No, he's held it up well there.
Party, man. So, oh God, well done, Saliba. Excellent.
That's not a foul, ref.
Yeah, but look, he doesn't do nothing, Lewis. He stands there.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a foul.
Now cutting
Saliba, the Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Put respect on his name, man. Put some respect on his name. Did you see where he saw that
ball coming from as well? It's like
Partey goes over the bar with that. Guys, who are you looking for? Who needs a bounce back game today? Tony?
Thomas Partey.
Martinelli.
Martinelli. What about you, Gary?
Martinelli.
Yeah, for me, Martinelli, really. Everyone really does what they're doing. I mean, Declan Rice hasn't really been involved much in the
he was my guy. He hasn't played well for ages, Gary. He hasn't had a good game for quite a while. And to top up the back end of last year, he didn't play well for England either.
I think
I think for England, the way that Southgate set them up was not the way
Saliba.
for Rice.
Come on, Saliba. Why would you do that?
What's happened?
So Saliba's battling with Watkins. He wins the ball, but he's got an opportunity there to knock it back to Raya. And he tries the little fancy feet, which was good feet, don't get me wrong, but ends up losing the ball and fouling McGinn. So now
how's he fouled McGinn when McGinn's kicked through him?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I'd seen it. That's not a foul to me. McGinn's kicked through Saliba.
You think once he wins
McGinn knows what he's doing there. McGinn knows exactly what he's doing there, and this is the thing with McGinn. I absolutely detest him as a footballer, but he's very smart in about the way that he does his tactical fouls. He knows what he's doing. That's more of a foul on Saliba than it is on McGinn.
How much you're through? Come on. Oh, what a lame cross, man.
And it's 2 against 1 as well. He just picks the wrong option. We've got 2.
What a flipping ball. You go, do you know what? Timber needs to carry his run to the back post there to open it up fully. And then Havertz will eventually play him in for a tap-in.
Yeah.
For me.
So Timber's Watkins nothing, man.
McGinn. Piss off, McGinn. You cheating frickwit. So McGinn blasts the ball at Saliba on the floor. Saliba
and gets nothing.
Went towards McGinn, and McGinn threw himself in the air like he'd been punched or kicked.
Hopefully, the referee has seen it and just says, "Do you know what? Like, it's nothing." Because for me, I've just seen it now. There's nothing there. Villa are trying to make what Villa are doing. They're trying to make the game scrappy because they know technically they're not on our level.
Oh, Ben White blasted the ball in McGinn's stomach.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw
it. McGinn's stomach.
Yeah.
That's why we love Ben White, man.
But why is it a free kick to Villa? Why is it a free kick to Villa when the initial foul was on Saliba?
How can it be a free kick to Villa? What?
What's he giving here? What is the ref giving?
It's not a free kick to Villa. It's a free kick to us. The foul on Saliba.
Right. So he's just trying to calm it down.
I was like, what? There was no foul.
I am telling you right now, if flipping urine Timber just stays out wide, it's an easy 1-0. Somebody tell me it's something different.
I agree with you, Cam. I absolutely agree with you about Martinelli.
Says Martinelli completely overachieved 2 years ago, which is what he's living off. But he simply is not good enough. He will have a goal here and there, which will extend his Arsenal career for 2 or 3 more years.
I don't know if anybody else got that, but Apollo, your sound went a little bit.
Oh, should have gone down, Timber. That could have been a pen, man. What feat by Timber to step inside the defender?
Yeah. He
Do you
offers
know what
so
it is
much
about
in an advanced
Martinelli?
position, man.
Nah, he wouldn't have got that as a penalty. Not that one for
Give
me.
them a decision to
Nah.
make, man. The defender was clumsy. He stepped the step over.
Nah, not for me. Not for me, Gary. Like I can see it, but I wouldn't. As a referee, I wouldn't give it personally.
I love the way Partey gets the ball forward quickly. No messing around, man. Here's Martinelli again. What's he gonna do? All eyes on Martinelli.
We need Trossard
Got to
already.
beat that guy.
Yeah, I know,
He has
I know.
to beat
Bang
that
it.
guy.
Bang it! Freaks. What? That was. Oh,
Nice feet by
Yeah.
Odegaard.
too much.
Saka's
Though.
just not in the game. Saka's
Saka was
just not in the
offside.
game. He's not in the game, mate.
They've not allowed him to be in the game.
Yeah, his head's
really.
not right, man. Oh,
See, it's them things there, like from Odegaard. When you do that first step, just bang the ball towards the goal. Just don't try to overplay.
Here comes Arsenal now. Martinez playing the ball out. 2 games last season, we did not score against them at all, guys. And Martinez in those 2 games made 13 saves.
That's what I'm saying.
13.
It's not
in
like
those
we didn't
2
have
games.
the opportunity. We just didn't take the chances.
Yeah.
You know, if we take a couple of them chances, we don't win both of them games.
Yeah. And already, guys, if you're joining us late,
There's
Saka.
the ball, that's the chance. That's the ball. Unlucky.
Yep, Saka has a chance here in this game as well. And Martinez makes an amazing save.
Brilliant. That's it, Partey. Slow it down. Nice. Get yourself in the box, Havertz. Oh my God. Why is there nobody there?
I think Declan Rice takes up the wrong position there.
You've got to have someone coming in there, Apollo, surely.
Yeah, I think that's Declan's job.
Odegaard, Declan, Partey,
Yeah.
whoever.
That's your number 8
Timber,
job.
any one of them. Because to be fair to Declan Rice, he's done the right thing in drawing the defender away to create that gap. But then none of our players are alert to be.
Oh, unlucky. So finally, Rice plays the ball in behind the defence. Martinelli first time cross with the left foot, and Havertz gets it all wrong at the front post.
Yeah,
We're
I think
cooking.
Havertz had the goalie and the defender there on him. Would have been.
Yeah,
would have taken
he's got
something
to hit that
special.
first time. Yeah, he's got to take that first time.
Really and truly, that's got to be a flick with the outside of the right foot as it's coming across you.
Yeah,
Not even that, man. Just hit it first time.
Guys, I think the defender makes a play on that if Havertz gets that on target.
Yeah,
Defender's
I don't think you've got room
covered.
to swing the right foot there.
I think defender's got that covered.
It's a left foot shot for me.
Yeah.
You just use the pace of the cross to guide it near post, like top bins if you can.
I think defender's got that block.
Oh my God, what is going on here? These Villa players are diving around like God knows what.
Gary, I'm going to tell you this right now. This season, we're going to see that a lot because the way that Arsenal pin teams in and the way that we're dominating in opposition areas, they're going to do this for relief. They're going to.
The ball and stamped on his foot.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes as a striker, you need to leave a little 1 or 2 here on a defender to let him know that you're there. Do you know what I mean? It's a free kick. All right, we carry on.
Yeah, even though all this, guys, we're still lucky not to be 1-0 down, man.
Facts. I've played more than enough games up front to know when you've got a little bit about you as a striker, a defender will 100% leave something on you. And I got told, why don't you do the same back? Like here and there, like just leave a little bit in, let him know that you're there. Let him know that it's not going to be an easy
to run
time.
all the way through there.
What an interception.
Jesus Christ. How were we allowed him to run all the way through there?
Just pure laziness, man.
man.
Pure laziness. Hold the
He's got
ball.
4 players around him. Well done, David Raya.
I think because no one wants to stick a foot out and give away a pen or a free kick in such a
Yeah.
dangerous position, isn't it?
Looks like you're seeing the real David Raya this season, guys.
Settle down, Apollo. It's only been 2 and a bit games. Or 1 and a bit
I like
game.
what I see, man. I
Chill
like
out. No. Like, I like what I see of Raya this season, and especially like the back end of last season. I'm like, okay, like I can see why Arteta's brought him in, but this season is a different season. It's very fresh. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a little bit more reserved in how I view the team these days. I don't want to give too much, hope too much, and then it just doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Gary's got a mental block with Smurf-like goalkeepers to get over. He struggles with it on a daily basis.
Keepers have got problems, man.
Yeah, but listen, he's on his medication, and I think he's really improved.
There's no drama.
Saying that, right? So I play in open men's football at the grand old age of what I am, right? And in the last,
the recycled Ben White with the cross. It's cut out.
Party got done there, man. I think Party just got to head that ball away. Villa on the break now, 3 versus 3. Come on, Rice, you're not even running, Declan Rice.
there's been no goal, so that's good. That's a good sign.
Ben White, and I think was it Gabriel? Or it could have been. It was Gabriel. Just almost got in each other's way, but what Gabriel smashes the ball clear. And Villa.
Do you know what I love about the way that we defend is we show the opposition a certain way, and we just deal with it. It doesn't matter how it gets dealt with, but like in that situation, Arsenal of old, they're at least conceding a shot there. Like we're very compact.
Yeah,
in certain areas, like there's a willingness to like get back now. Like before, you wouldn't see that before.
"18 says, Gary, did he?
Bailey almost chipped midget keeper, but
Yeah,
lucky
yeah.
he was able to clutch it.
Gary says, 18 says, Gary, did he get done like a kipper?
Who?
Gary, man, that's straight in his hands there.
And then Pam says, I love it when Gary says that. Apollo should get some t-shirts made for him. Get done like a kipper. That's one of Gary's favorite lines, man.
I got done like a kipper yesterday, didn't I, Lewis?
Oh, that was so funny.
I was snoozing.
That was so funny. So the story goes, Gary puts in our chat, oh, by the way, Hallen's out for 8 weeks. I'm like, huh? Like, what? Like, because like my Twitter is my social media is quite active when a player is injured, etc. So I'm like, yo, Gary, you sure? Like in my head, I'm like, Gary, you sure? So I've gone on to X.
What are you doing, Martinelli?
What Martinelli did?
Yeah.
That's why we're not even talking about it. This story's more interesting.
Oh God.
Tony, I know you're trying to see the best in him, man.
No, I need to see him out, man. I need Trossard at the half. I need at the 45-minute +3. I need Martinelli being replaced by Leandro Trossard.
I see Martinelli being replaced by anyone on the bench. I'm not even fussed who it is, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, Lewis, go on.
So can you hear me, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Right. So Gary's like, yeah, Haaland's injured for 8 weeks. I'm like, nah. Like, there's no way. Like, I've not seen anything because, like, I'm quite not connected, but like my social media would have blown up if that was the fact. So I'm like, hold on a minute, something's not right about this. So I've gone on to X, typed in Haaland injury. It's come up with slow sports news, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, Gary, you just got done like a keeper.
But in my defense, I was half asleep, man. I was snoozing.
Oh man, I was like, Gary, you're a veteran. You're a veteran. You should be getting caught out like that, man.
Yeah.
Always check the sources.
We had a laugh about it.
Always.
We had a laugh about it. That's the main.
Yeah, yeah. And what did he hit a hat trick today, Helen?
Yeah.
There you go, man.
Ipswich went 1-0 up, you know.
Yeah.
I know. I had the game on for a bit, and I was like, do you know what?
1-0 up in about 3 minutes, and by 13
Yeah.
minutes they were 3-1 down.
Yeah, and that's the brutal nature of the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Like it is.
Added on. It's been quite a poor first half, really. Plenty of probing and from Arsenal, but no, apart from Saka's effort, that's been it.
But you know what, Gary? I didn't expect anything less from Villa. Like this is how they're gonna be against like the top sides. They're gonna look to just hold teams off, play with that mid block.
See, I like to see Havertz in the middle because Havertz now is over with there with Odegaard and Saka, and I think it's just too many people in that space. Terrible.
You could look at it that way, but then you could look at it as he's becoming an extra passing option. So I see what you're saying, Gary, but then I look at it very differently. It's an extra passing option.
But Martinelli's crossing, it's just woeful.
Honestly,
man.
with his left foot, Tony, it's non-existent, Tone.
And
It's
if you notice, guys, that they are really left eccentric this game because they've got Timber. A lot of their attackers coming down the left. They have not gone to the right.
Well done, Timber. That is not even a foul for me, referee. Oh, Michael Oliver, seriously, come on, man.
He's in a different like.
You don't get them in amateur football like that. That is just a showcase of strength. You don't get those like that. Like, come on, you've had to have refereed at the lowest level to get to where you are now, right?
What are you doing, Declan Rice? Oh, this guy's bullying. And Rice brings him down, yellow card. This guy just bullied Declan Rice and Thomas Partey. There's that Morgan something.
Yeah, I
Rogers,
think Declan's going to get booked for that. Boy,
What, number 27?
This does not like the... You know, the Declan I know dominates the midfield with recovery.
Do you know what it is, Apollo? Don't forget, him and Saka came back late from the Euros, right? So they're not fully up to speed.
But bro, like I said, before that with Arsenal.
That was just
to be fair, it's a tackle that you want your midfielder to make. It's just unfortunate that he picks up the yellow card. That's all it is.
Sorry, guys, I don't mean to say it, but if Marino starts the next game at the number 8 position, don't be surprised.
No, he's not going to start for a couple of weeks. He hasn't trained or nothing, has he?
Listen, this is Arteta. This is a Spanish player.
He's been training alone, isn't he? He's going to be a couple of weeks. You know,
one thing on
Rice and Saka is the fact that they just haven't had a proper pre-season. They was in the Euros. They've gone on holiday. They've come back late. They've had
Marino
and been thrown in.
Is Marino.
Yeah, Marino won the title. Remember?
Yeah. So you know they've not had the proper that the others have had, and the actual fitness levels.
We're at Brighton. We're at Brighton at home next week.
I don't think we can keep going on about that because it's now over a month since the Euros.
No, you can, Gary.
They've only come back 2 weeks, Tone.
2 weeks is a lot of time in football, Gary.
Yeah,
I mean, not Gary, Tony. It's a lot of time. You know, when you've been out and you're resting and
is he going to get?
That was a kick in Saka's knee. No, of course
not. That's a booking. That's a booking, ref. That is a booking. I don't care whether he's turned back, got his back to our goal, but why is that not a booking? You've stopped him from playing. That's a booking. Tell me the difference between that and Declan Rice.
So, guys, Arteta was given a telling off by Michael Oliver for complaining too much.
No, he's within his right to ask, why isn't that a yellow?
Yeah.
Because me on the sideline, if one of my players has been booked for something extremely similar, I'm asking the ref, why isn't that the same? It regardless of whether they're running towards the opposition goal or back towards their own goal, it's still a yellow card offence. You're stopping the momentum.
Turn there, Lewis, and he takes him out just below the knee. That is a
exactly. It's
the other one.
Thank you. But because he's not an Arsenal player, you know, the agenda's there. The agenda's never going to go away with us.
And that's half time, guys. That's half time.
Yes, half time. Let me just change the banner here. I'm going to have to take a bit of a break. Hold on. Half time. Guys, there's a lot going on in this game. It's a tactical stalemate. We're not dominating as well as we did in the 2 games last season. I actually think that's a benefit to us because I think we punched ourselves out. I think we I don't want to use the terminology, but I'm gonna have to. I think we blew our load well too early, and I think as the game got stronger, Villa came into it and took us to pieces. And I think in this game, you can maybe this is a tactic by Arteta, but you can see it's a lot of slower paced game. But Aston Villa just don't, and they didn't last season. They just don't seem to have anything that can play against us in the middle. Rodgers, though, I have to say, when Rodgers picks up the ball and runs with us, we can't handle it. And that's mainly geared to Declan Rice because that's your job to facilitate that cutback if someone's coming in, and then Partey has to pick that up. But he's given us problems. Rodgers is giving us major problems. But overall, I think both managers would be happy with halftime. Arsenal, because Arteta can take a look at what's not working and then take Martinelli off. And I don't want to make it sound like a scratch raid or like I got an agenda against him or anything. I love Martinelli as a player, and I love what he can do. But for me, he's an impact player. He should be coming on in the 60 or 70 minutes, running at tired legs, and that's where I think his forte is. He just doesn't have the intelligence on the ball to know where to go with it. The touches on the ball, the weight of the pass. 3 times today, 3. He's got the ball. He's put his head down, looking at the grass, kicked it forward, and the ball's gone out of play. Like he's outrun his own. He's outrun his own ball movement, like just by himself. No pressure on by the defender or anything. He's just kicked the ball too far ahead of him, and you just this is Arsenal. You know, you look at the likes of what we talked about, the expectations, 14 goals from Trossard last season, Nico Williams. You know, we're talking about all these players. You just can't have play like this. And this is exactly what he did last season. 2 goals in 20 games he had. And please, let's not make it that, you know, let's not be that team again. Let's not be that team that gives the guy chance after chance after chance, all the while other teams are gaining ground on us because we're not scoring enough goals. And I think that if I was a manager now, Trossard comes out in the second half for me. Outside of that, I don't really know what you do with the midfield because I don't see an option there. Yeah, I don't know what you do with the number 8 role. I mean, Rice is not having a good game. Saka, you've got to get him more in the game. It's so left-centric at the moment, and I would start to switch up play because you're just not getting anything from Saka, and that also means the crosses. We talk about Martinelli can't cross the ball. Look at the cross that Saka delivered to Havertz last week where he scored on the header. That's the type of service that you need. We're not getting some of the crosses from Martinelli today have just been bang awful. Yeah. And it's just like
do you know what it is? Martinelli tends to drive quite deep into the box where Saka, he's in and around like that corner, you know, the corner of the box. Before he decides to make a decision, it's either right, I've got enough space to whip this with my left. If I haven't got that space, then I'm going to drive to the byline. With Martinelli, it's byline. He needs to vary up his game. He needs to get his head up. Sometimes in those situations, as a winger, even though you've got the speed on your fullback, sometimes the give and go is the fastest thing you can do in order to to progress. And Martinelli thinks that I've got the ball, I've got to do something because I'm on the ball. The difference between him and Saka knows, do you know what? This is not the right time for me to take on the fullback. Here you go, Odegaard. Here you go, Partey. Here you go, Ben White. And then there's a different movement. Do you see what I'm saying? That is the difference between Arsenal's right and left right about now.
I think for me, and I've been playing around with this for a while now, I'm starting to think of Martinelli now as more of a striker than a winger. And I'll tell you why. In the first year, when this was the first year where he was starting and playing games and had 15 goals, actually it's before that. It was when he scored 10 goals. He played the majority of that season as a striker. And then when he had the 15 goals, which was 2 seasons ago, he was predominantly more of a left winger. But I think he just seems to be more tailor-made. The way how he's received the ball, he's got tunnel vision, right? He can't create, he can't lay off passes. You look at his assist and creative numbers. I think he's more tuned to just being a striker. When you get the ball in the box, you turn, you shoot. That's probably more his game. He's a good finisher. We know he's a good finisher. But I just don't think he's got the smarts to be out wide to play the winger role. I've been playing with that for quite a while. If Eddie Nketiah is sold and you're looking for someone to be a third striker, I would choose him. And then I would invest strongly in someone to play on that left-hand side like a Nico Williams. I would really do that. I just can't see another way. It's just not working. And how long are you going to go before you get, look at the quality of Trossard, 27 goals, 19 assists. He's just got so much in his locker. That is what is sitting on the bench, guys. That kind of quality, which we need on the field now, is sitting on the bench. So it's a scary thing for me, man. I'm going to put the comments up here, and you guys can give me your analysis of the first half, Tony and Gary.
So, look, I mean, this whole thing about fitness, we're like pretending like these guys go off and they lie on a sun lounger for like 4 weeks. That don't happen. They go places, they relax, but they stay in the gym. Wherever they go, there's a gym. They're in there. They're working out a little bit every day to keep themselves in shape. Now, what we're talking about is the difference between being match fit and just being fit. It's like a boxer. A boxer, can be fit as a fiddle, but until he actually gets punched in the face, then you don't really know how fit you really are. You have to then start to work other elements of your brain. And that's what happens in football. It's like, I know I can run for 90 minutes. I've done it in the last month or two. Yeah, I know I can run for 90 minutes. Yeah, the difference is at 60 minutes, what I do with the ball changes. And so it's a case of, if Marino comes in, I'm pretty certain he'll be ready to hit the ground running. But he needs to work with the players. He needs to work on patterns with certain people. He has to know where his position is, how he's going to impact the front three or the final third, and then go in and start doing what he does. Now, if he lasts for 60 minutes, great. If he lasts for 90 minutes, great. But what you're doing is you're saying, look, the minute you're able to understand the system, the level of fitness, and you're talking a little bit, if he comes in, and he's on the bench next week against Brighton, give him 30 minutes, give him 20 minutes, because it's only through experience that you suddenly begin to work out, okay, this is the pace of the game, this is the way that people are going to tackle, this is how I can implement my game at its best in this particular league. Knowing full well that the weeks after that, we got Tottenham and Man City. Yeah. Right now, Declan Rice, to me, there's a big thing going on right now. People seem to be scapegoating Thomas Partey and saying Thomas Partey has to go. And when Marino comes, it's a simple Thomas Partey out, Declan Rice to 6, and Mikel Merino into the 8? I ain't so sure. Me personally, Declan Rice don't do nearly as much as Thomas Partey does in a game. Yeah, great corners. Give him that. Yeah, we get a lot of goals from his corners, but in game, I rather see Mikel Merino and Thomas Partey with Odegaard rather than Declan Rice with Thomas. Now, if Declan Rice plays occasionally instead of Partey, I ain't got an issue. I think that's a good swap. If Jorginho comes in certain games and does that role, I ain't got a problem. Yeah. What I'm looking to see with Arsenal is more penetration down the left, and whether that be Martinelli or Trossard, yeah, or another player. Because to me, you know, if we get Nico Williams, let's just say that would be the dream, yeah. Martinelli and Trossard ain't playing. Simple as that. Because neither of those two players are near to as effective as a Nico Williams or a Rafael Leao, who was the guy that I was touting all summer before they pulled the plug on anything possible happening there. But essentially, you know, look, you saw West Ham earlier. Mohamed Kudus, you know, far more effective than Declan Rice in his role.
I think for me, with this Martinelli thing, and I agree with what Cam said earlier, that, you know, I think he overachieved massively, and the expectation level for him shot from here, like way up there. And I just don't think he's able to match it up. His decision making is poor. He can't use his left foot, you know, and he's playing on the left. He cuts in, but once he cuts in, there's no. Like I watched Real Madrid the other day, right? Rodrigo, he cut in, and the first thought in his mind, can I get a shot away? So his cutting was so good, he didn't need another touch to shoot the ball. Whereas Martinelli cuts in with the ball still at his foot. So he hasn't opened up enough of an angle to get a shot away. And the difference was frightening. Vinny Jr. never made the wrong decision. He goes left, he crosses with his left. He comes in right, he crosses with his right. Rodrigo, same thing. The difference was frightening. Now, I think Martinelli, I agree with Cam. I think he massively overachieved. Maybe his future is through the middle, because I just can't see him playing on the.
I'm really confused as why anyone would play him through the middle. If you scored 2 goals last season, yeah, what ammunition can you turn around and say, well, this is the reason
I would do in this game right here, Tony? Because what's happening is Havertz is dropping deep into the midfield to get involved in the battle with Partey and Rice, which is leaving us nobody up front. What I would do, I would slot in Martinelli into the centre, right, and leave him personally up there, because Villa play the high line, right? Martinelli's got bags of pace. Let him make these runs, knock this ball through, let him go after it. Because we need that focus up front. When they're playing the high line, we need the focus up front to get in behind, and we don't have that because Havertz is dropping so deep that we don't have a focal point. And against teams that play a high line, you need a focal point up front. You need someone that's constantly occupying there's 2 central defenders.
Yeah. Interesting stats being put up by Apollo. So shots on target 2-1, very low stat considering that we played 45 minutes. Expected goals, half a goal for Arsenal, just less than half for Aston Villa. Touches in the opposition box, 18, more than double than Villa. Possession percentage, 69-31. And final third passes completed, 66-16. Wow, that's an amazing stat. I mean, that's total domination. But it hasn't actually reflected that in the game, because Villa have had easily the best chance to score. And they have been somewhat threatening at points in the game. So it's one of them where stats that sometimes they don't reflect what's actually happening in the game, because it's not as clear cut as those stats would appear. I mean, 66 touches in a box to 16 would appear like we've just been camped in their box.
It's false pretenses. It really is. They're very misleading.
Yeah.
You know. Going back to Martinelli, I think the injury that he got when he did was very ill-timed on his part, because he was, you know, when you're just about to boil over and really do something, and then you get that injury, and then it's almost like he's gone all the way back to the beginning to when we very first brought him.
I think he's gone further than that, Lewis, man. He's gone back to his under 12 days.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to allude to.
Like, there's a comment there from D that says Nelly is a centre forward, though Apollo is 100% right.
But then again, we played him in the 9, and it didn't work. He's not ready to be a 9 just yet, in my opinion.
Not a natural 9.
No, I don't. I think he's more of an inside forward than he is like a 9
look, when we're talking,
or 11.
When we look at strikers, yeah, and especially we almost have to give them an extra point if you're a Brazilian striker, yeah. Brazilian strikers, yeah. Martinelli is nowhere near what we would consider a Brazilian striker.
No, he's very European in the way that he plays.
Yeah, look,
100%.
He is not for me a striker. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I think I can see a natural striker in a winger. Like, to me, Saka has more goal prowess than Martinelli has in his entire body.
Yes.
He knows where the goal is.
He definitely does.
Yeah.
And in this game,
I would have no problem saying, go play up front because you know where the goal is. Would I say that about Martinelli? Hell to the no.
But the thing is, at the same time, you want to give Martinelli the chances, because he's one of those players that for 89 minutes and 59 seconds he's out of the game, but that 1 second he can produce.
No,
but
I tell you who you're talking about there, Lewis.
It's not a consistent. It's not consistent enough. The person you're
talking about there, Lewis, is Leandro Trossard. He's the guy that can do nothing for 80 minutes and then he'll score you a goal.
But the thing is,
put it this way, Leandro Trossard is not a winger. He's not beating a man down the left wing. But what he's doing is he's scoring goals. And I saw enough of them last year. He scored, 20-odd goals last year?
Was it 20?
He got high numbers, brother. In all competition, Trossard last year scored a high number of goals. I think it was 19.
But the thing is as well, as I also think that sometimes there's certain games where Trossard can start, which I'm more than happy with. And sometimes you need a Martinelli to just be in there, be raw, run out the flipping fullback, and then allow Trossard just to come in and pick his moments. So it's a balance thing. But for Martinelli really needs to start learning. He's got to get his decision making right for me. He really does. It's still not there.
It's nowhere near being anywhere. I've never seen.
And this is the thing, man.
One player makes so many wrong decisions ever.
I would love to be in Martinelli's position right now in this.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? It's a dream.
It really is. And this is something that I tell my team is, can you make the right decision at the right time?
Oh, unlucky.
If something's not working, change it up. Do something different to make your opponent think. Because if you're doing the same thing, it becomes robotic, and your opponent just like, all right, already know what you're gonna do. It's telepathic.
It's like this game, man. This game is pretty much both teams cancelling each other out. Villa are waiting for us to do this. We ain't doing it, and the game is just at a stalemate. This is where
no. I look at it this way: there's one team trying to win it, and one team chancing it.
Not to lose it.
Villa just want to play on the counter attack. They want to suck us in, and they want to hit us on the
to be honest, that worked for them last time, Gary. Don't forget, they basically snatch and grab the 2 wins last year.
Unlucky Timber.
Is it me, or does Ollie Watkins not look like 100% out there? He doesn't look like his flamboyant self, you know, ratting around, getting the ball, dribbling. It almost feels like he's been forced to play today, like he's carrying some sort of a knock.
I got a feeling we're going to see Zinchenko.
If we do, I'm turning it off. I will turn it off.
Just to see a little bit more.
I will know. But the thing is, what has Urin Timber done wrong in this game for that change to happen?
He won't be at left back. Go on, Saka. Now
what for part? So you're going to take him off for Party and then put Rice in the six?
No, you wouldn't do that, would you? Then because you'd have to.
There you go. So what? So what change is going to allow? What change would you make for him to come in? Because for me,
put Zinchenko into the 8.
No,
for who?
I'll put him in for Timber.
Really?
I know that sounds crazy, but
later stages, yeah, but not at this stage. Like 80th minute, yeah.
Well, listen,
like Timber needs to get minutes in his legs.
He goes on the bench for the rest of the game, maybe the rest of the season. Don't get me wrong.
That's a lovely turn, Party. That's a lovely turn. Do you know what? I know everybody got on Party's back last week, but when you've been out injured for a long time, and I know what it's like to be out injured for a long time, it's very hard to get that rhythm back again.
Space, man. Look at the space. How did we lose that ball there? No fouls, no fouls.
Show him out, show him out, show him out. Close him now, close him. Stand him up.
Yeah, that's... God, that was a...
There's a question for Gary from Emerson. For Gary, who was the last academy player?
We're still doing this, and we're still doing this competition.
And do not ask your son.
Who was the last academy player to play for Aston Villa, and do not ask your son? It was...
It's like Duran, isn't it?
Must be Emmy Martinez, isn't it? He come through the Arsenal Academy.
Yeah, so I'd have thought, yeah, it sounds right.
No, anyway, but for me, the question is, who was the last academy player to play for Aston Villa? So it's an Aston Villa. It's not Arsenal.
That's a foul. How have you given it the other way, ref? Are you kidding me? How is that a foul from Havertz?
He kind of goes out.
Oh yeah,
it's not really a foul either way. I don't see it being a foul either way.
When you look at it from the other way, Tone, look at it from the other way. These guys come in and he puts the elbow on his chest.
What? He's giving that a foul. To me, that's a collision between the two, innit?
Yeah, no, I don't see it as a foul either way. But you know, look, there's
I can see why it was.
He looks at where the player is and he tries to put himself between the player and the ball. Down. To me, it's just play on. But
you know what it is, Tony? I think if he puts himself there, but he actually connects with the elbow first.
Yeah,
and that's why I think the foul's given.
Yeah, if the arm was a little bit straighter, then the referee would have been like, play on, and that's why it was given.
Pretty low, isn't it? So if he's just put
not low, it's just the way that he's it's the elbow movement rather it being like straight out and you're leading with your hand, it's because he's led with the elbow.
Well done, Party. There's no foul there.
But see, that was a tackle from behind, Tone. The same as what happened on Gabriel, yeah? Free kick given straight away.
Yeah.
What foul? What?
Yeah, you're seeing exactly what I said.
Oliver, you might as well just put on a flipping Villa
what?
shirt right about now.
I'm turning it off. This referee does not know what he's doing. He's just give a foul on Havertz from Havertz there on Konsa.
Nothing going. Nothing doing at all.
Where was the foul? What are you not allowed? Are you not allowed to challenge people now in football?
Yeah, it's like
the new rule coming today or something. He
stepped across, put himself in a position to take the ball away,
and he's barely pulled the shirt as well. Barely.
Oh my God! What a save, David Raya! What a save!
Oh, wow!
Onto the bar, the diving header.
Wow!
And he flies across the goal and makes another fantastic save. Oh my God.
Gary, the way that you did that was like Arsenal just scored.
No, my God.
But I can understand why.
Unbelievable.
Oh, big save. Big fucking big.
You know what?
And that's why you're number one. And that's why you're number one.
Midget goalkeeper problems, because had he been 6'4", he would have tipped the first one over the bar.
Oh, stop that, Gary, man. Leave him. Do you know what? Because it was deflected as well.
Let me jumping at my chair. I'll give the guy his kudos. Don't worry. But I'm just saying,
mate, the foot. Do you know what I can imagine? No, he didn't get a touch to the first one.
I'm saying he would have done if he was 6'4". But the save to get up and make
the footwork. I am so impressed with. And I'm not a goalkeeper, but like I can sit back and appreciate the footwork just to get into position.
Let's have it right, gents. We should be 2-0 down now. And both of the chances have fallen to Watkins. Too much Odegaard. For frick's sake, man.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is.
Busted out by Bailey, who turned him inside out, upside down. And Martinelli's put in a fantastic sprint to get back and hold him there and wins the ball again.
The thing is, there's not a lot of movement for Odegaard right about now.
There's an elbow here from Konsa on Havertz.
But no free kick.
No, referees give a free kick.
Okay, then he's being consistent then. But no yellow card.
No.
18 says, wow.
That save was unbelievable.
So surely, like, that's a yellow card minimum, right? And that tells me...
Gabriel was done, is it Onana?
That tells me the way that Konsa's done that is the fact that...
Yellow card for Gabriel.
For what? It's a great block by Gabriel for that shot, by the way. That's not a yellow card for me. That's not a yellow card. That's not a yellow card. That is Michael Oliver. Please be consistent. Because if a Villa player does that to Arsenal, you're waving play on. That's not a foul for me. He's lost the ball.
Henry Lansbury, Emerson, because we just said
that's not a yellow card offence for me.
Henry Lansbury was way before,
back in the day,
way before
back.
Martinez.
Yeah, I saw Henry Lansbury a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, how is he? Did you say hello?
He's all right. He's aged a bit.
I can imagine.
Baby-faced kid, because I remember that.
Yeah, man. I remember the hype around him.
What year was Henry Lansbury? I remember him. He was touted as the next big thing. Like
he was like round the Denilson sort of times, wasn't he?
Yeah. So Emery Martinez
in and
must
around
be
there.
after him.
Yeah, Henry Lansbury was around the David Bentley period.
Oh my, yeah. You're right.
Who was so upset about being released from Arsenal, he went to play for Spurs and totally done nothing. Donut. So
Did we
Amadou
have J.
Onana,
Emmanuel Thomas at that time, at those times as well?
Nah, later. Jay played later than that.
Did you see the way Raya sprinted towards the free ball
yeah.
on the code?
I was thinking, why ain't the ball boy there to throw the ball in? No, well, they don't do that for the away team. I think we should show these teams that their courtesies that they show us when they come to the Emirates.
What courtesy?
Exactly. Exactly. My point.
What courtesy should we be showing anybody? Well, I don't know.
Well, we said no ball
It's
boys.
what-
Why should we give them ball boys? That's it, Odegaard. You got to play this ball, Odegaard. Oh, Odegaard is not having a good game, man.
Don't listen.
There's the ball.
Sometimes
Oh, come on! What? You've let the keeper come from nowhere. The keeper is never favourite there in a million years. All Havertz has got to do is go towards that ball and he can get the flick header over Martinez and maybe score.
Yeah, it's a carbon copy of the goal from last week, isn't it? It's a great cross. If he
So
goes
Watkins and Partey have collided faces.
Do you know what? I think Havertz thinks because of the first movement, he can't get to it on the second one. Like there's a little moment of hesitation where he's kind of hopped, expecting the ball to drop a lot earlier, and then he's not bothered. Well done, Thomas Partey. Well done, Thomas Partey. Stand your blood clot ground. Yeah? Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing. People need to put a little bit more respect on his name. And I know that he's not in form right now. But when that boy can play, man, sorry, not boy, when that man can play, there's no other central midfielder that can play the way that he plays.
Just go from behind, ref. How's that not you? Oh, what? Go on, take him on. Take him on there, Martin. Take him on. Now drive. Back you. Oh my God. Oh, Martinelli. Oh my God. My God, please, for the love of Christ. Arsenal take the quick free kick. You're probably seeing it on your screen. So
it
Martinelli
looks like
gets
they
the
just
ball.
played on.
Oh, that should be a yeah. He played advantage. 100% he's played advantage.
The game played on. And then Martinelli ends up in no man's land.
That's what I'm saying. He had the chance to pass on the outside. He loses it. And now Villa go down the other end and have a corner. But where's the yellow card for the Villa player who fouled Havertz?
There's never going to be one.
This Rodgers has just mugged off Thomas Partey again.
You got to remember, Thomas Partey's 41 years of age.
Some people...
He's a lot... he's a lot... Where is he, man? I miss Bertrand, man. I love hearing his views and his opinions on the club.
He was on the show last night with me.
Okay, then. All right.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I need to make a little bit more of an effort.
Live, and he's doing a show right now.
Oh, all right then. I need to subscribe and show some love. Do you know what I mean?
Cranky Live. Good punch from Raya.
Do you know what? It doesn't really matter now what happens in this game. David Raya is the man of the match.
I'll give you that for now. Because even if someone no. It depends on how the winner is scored.
No, because you can't just win the man of the match because you scored one good goal and did nothing else in the game.
Raya's made two fantastic saves, man.
You can because
no, you cannot.
Wait. Whoa. So last week, Apollo was more than happy to give man of the match to Raya when For me,
I made one.
Man of the match was Saka.
Yeah, but I had this.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Apollo was raving about 3 blinding saves. I only saw 1 blinding save and 2 regulation saves. I don't know about anyone else.
All I saw was Saka assist and goal, Havertz assist and goal. So, like, do you know what I mean? Who do you give it to? For me, it goes to Saka because that guy is cooking slowly.
Better than that. One good save doesn't make you man of the match.
For me, the save is routine, isn't it? If you're making a save, it's a routine save.
Well, no, one of them was a worldie.
Yeah. Nah, sometimes these goalkeepers they tend to make the save look harder than what it is.
Oh my God! You're played through Saka. All you got to do is finish it. Open your body, slide it past Martinez with the right foot. You try to go around him when there's no space.
This is going to end in 0-0. Oh my God. Take that. Yeah, I'm with Gary. Gary.
I agree.
Gary. I'm with Gary.
He had to finish that.
All you've got to do is just pass it into the net.
Right? We get stuck in this little box where it's better to score the own goal, the perfect goal. He would have been.
How's that a foul? How's that a foul? How's that a foul? He's lost possession of the ball because he's decided to do a dumbass turn.
Villa have just bought on this John Duran.
I don't care for him, man. I don't care, man. We got beasts all over the pitch.
And they bought on, I think this is your guy, isn't it? Jacob Ramsey tone.
Yeah.
Ramsey can play ball.
And Trossard,
this is what
Martinelli should have been.
You see what I was saying about Watkins. He doesn't seem like he's at the races today.
It's another one that's just come back from the Euros, isn't he? They already started training.
No, but the thing is, like, a fit Ollie Watkins starts the first game of the season, and from the time he doesn't start the first game of the season, you know something's up. He's carrying an injury.
I don't like this highlight.
100%.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So the free kick's called right round the back. Ezra Konsa side foots it across the goal. There's no one there.
And no one there.
Good. Past our post.
Good defending. Good defending is what I call it.
He almost knocked it onto the head of Amadou Onana.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even if it goes towards Onana, whoever that, Ben White will make some sort of an action towards the ball.
If John Duran got a flick there, that was in. Right in front of the.
He wasn't even close. He wasn't even close to it. We're living a time.
I'll bring.
No.
Yeah.
What's your mouth at, Tony?
No, I'm being honest. Yeah, I like Timber, but he's faded in this game. His effectiveness.
Yeah, because it's only because of fitness.
Yeah, but he's faded.
And the thing is, because Tomiyasu's out injured, you can't do like for like.
I know it is. I think we've had so much little possession around the box, but we've just tried to do too much. We've tried to overplay in the areas where we didn't need to overplay. And it's hurt us. Odegaard. Yes!
Come on! Come on!
Let's go!
I fucking told you! I told you lot!
My back's gone.
Don't care.
Thank you, Trossard!
My back's just fallen out.
Get in! Come on! Bossard! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Mr. Ice Cold! Come on!
Is there offside? 1 second.
They review every goal.
No.
There's no offside, man.
No, that ball's in, man. If they give that ball out, I swear to God, right? If they give that ball out, I'm never watching football ever again.
Lies, Gary. You will still watch us.
Listen, after what happened
that's
to us
on
a
the
couple
line.
of
That's
times
still
last
in.
season,
That's in.
Oh, it's not even close, man. It's not even close.
It's not even close. After
Not
what
even
happened to us
close.
last season,
Come on!
He knows.
Let's
where the goal
go. Let's go. And a nice little flick from the Aston Villa defender just to settle the ball down as well.
yeah, it was a flick from Rodgers, I believe.
Oh, we love it. Come on. Come on. And this is why I said sometimes you need a player like Martinelli.
Can we cross? Oh, you got to cross that.
Sometimes you need a player like Martinelli to just run and run and run and run. And then you bring on a player like Trossard that just identifies where the space is and just sits and just waits and look.
I love what you said. I love what you said, but you should have worded it like, yeah, you need that Martinelli to come on and run, and then you need to bring on the player with common sense.
No, but that's what I was alluding to, Gary. That's what I was alluding to. Come on, man. You should know me better than that.
To keep running into the brick wall before the player comes in and climbs over the wall.
And this is what I'm trying to teach the wingers in my in my youth team is sometimes you don't always have to be on the ball to make an impact. Sometimes have a look at what's going on and just hold back a couple of yards. You never know what's going to happen and clean up.
No.
What does Trossard do? He uses this.
That's another wrong decision, Odegaard.
But this is the problem about Odegaard, and I love Odegaard to pieces, is that he has no competition in his position. And sometimes a guy like him needs a little bit of a break. Do you know what I mean?
That aggression from Saka.
Yes, Saka.
I like that.
Celebrate every tackle. Come on.
I just personally think sometimes if you simplify the game, it's a lot easier.
Oh, 100%. 100% and 100%.
Here come Villa now. What's Trossard doing in the six?
He's trying to do Trossard like things.
Well played. Well played, Gabriel.
And this is why I don't mind Martinelli starting games.
So you could just go through the back of the player and nick the ball.
I don't want to have to wait 70 minutes for them to use Martinelli. I want somebody who's going to be impactful from the get-go. He's too wasteful.
Sometimes
wasteful, brother.
Games have to go like that. And you're more experienced than I am, Tone.
Having a player who's wasteful with the ball.
It's the handle for the
Tone, I've been in teams, right? I've been in teams where I've been a better player than the guy that's in my position, right?
Yeah.
They go out, they do their thing. I come on, I make the impact. And then the next game week, I'm still on the bench.
Yeah, but
that is football. That's football, though.
Yeah, but that is football. Lewis, I get that. Yeah, we want.
Oh, that's a yellow card, ref. Saka cleaned out by Onana. First yellow card for Villa.
Has he got it?
Yeah, first yellow. Had to be Tone. Watch it when you see it. That's below the knee.
Easy.
Below the knee.
Yellow.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't think there should be any tackles below the knee.
What's up, Emerson?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, Emerson.
Tone, can you change the banner, Tone?
Yeah, I'm good.
Tony, can you change the banner?
Sorry, could you say that again, Gary?
Can you change the banner? Apollo's away, isn't
sorry,
he?
yeah.
The banner still says 0-0.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're logged into that bit.
Yeah, I can do that.
That's right.
Do you know what, Tone, right? Manchester United had a player called Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? Every time he started, he was all right. But when that man came off the bench,
He was
he
dangerous.
would get clutch goals. And that is who Trossard reminds me of. He's just a clutch moment player.
But
There's
remember,
times
who
where you
was he
start
coming on
him,
for, Lewis?
either Dwight York or Andy Cole.
Dwight York or Andy Cole?
Teddy was at the club at the time as
Teddy
well.
Sheringham, exactly. They were killers, brother.
And I get that, but
them men
but
weren't messing around with their food like Martinelli's.
Martinelli only likes to
I got this feeling, and I love Martinelli to pieces, right? But I just got this feeling that they're gonna find another left winger very soon.
So Declan Rice looks spent. Declan Rice looks, you got turned again, Thomas Partey. This Rodgers has had him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Good player. He's a good player.
Very
good player, but his team's losing at the minute.
3 or 4 times now in this game. Rice is finished. Rice is I don't know if he's injured.
No,
Because remember,
one of those.
He pulled up last week, so he's.
I was just going to say that because last week I didn't know if it was cramp.
It was cramped. It was cramped. It was cramped.
Yeah, time for a sub. This is where Vieira would normally come in.
Yeah, but thank God we haven't.
Do you trust Vieira? Do you trust Vieira in this game? Not the way that it's playing.
The question
No.
is, though, who do you play?
Excellent Jurian Timber. Excellent Jurian Timber.
I'm definitely not bringing in Zinchenko.
Oh.
Lewis, just to let you know, Vieira's in Portugal having his medical with Porto.
Thank God for that.
Nice.
Did you take him there, Emerson?
How have you been, Emerson, man? Bit quiet tonight.
I'm watching TV because I know I'm ahead of you guys, so I know what's going on before you even see it.
That's a regular occurrence, isn't it?
And also, Tony, did you see the surprise result earlier?
Manchester United.
Man United.
Who backed Brighton to win 2-1?
Yeah, I was shocked.
did.
I mean, let's be honest. Man United looked like they went 2-1 up. That was the funniest thing when Xerxes got the offside off the knee. That was just unbelievable.
That's the best offside I've ever seen, man.
I've never seen one like that.
And do you know what, right? Do you know what? As Garnacho is turning around celebrating, Xerxes like, I've messed up right here. It's come off of me. It was so comical. Comical. And like in real time, you don't see it, but then when they show the replay, you're like, couldn't happen to a better club.
Yeah, it was funny
on the thing.
So 2 subs on for Villa.
Matson and who else?
Matson and what's his name? The England international.
Okay, there we go. Ooh. Come on. How come Saki showed that first time?
Do you know what I love about this performance?
2-0. 2-0, guys. Come
on! Who?
Here we go. You're about to
Who
see
scored?
Gary, I'm sure.
Partey.
Thomas.
Lovely ball. What a ball that
We're
is.
having a party, Thomas Partey. Let's go.
Odegaard. Plays
And
it
Tom
inside.
Saka, another assist for Bukayo Saka. It was a lovely ball played from Gabriel. Lovely ball played from Gabriel to release Trossard. Trossard crosses the ball. It reaches Saka at the far post. He comes in.
Yeah, just watching it out. Partey was just waiting. Come on!
Thank you.
Come on!
And Partey's having a party with the fans.
Love it.
And you know what? Everybody was cussing him last week for a couple of misplaced passes.
But you
that
see the run
guy is.
The run from Trossard allows the ball to be played.
Yes,
100%.
And the ball was spot on. Martinelli doesn't have the brains to make that run.
Gary, you took the words out of my mouth.
And it's not only that, it's what he does with the ball after. Martinelli's not finding that cross.
Do you know what I love about Bukayo in that situation? Is that he just slows it down just enough for the picture to change.
Exactly.
He's not attacking the goal. He's like, do you know what? I just need to stop here. Let me have a little look. Let me just get my composure.
He uses his brain. He assesses everything what's going on that pitch.
Exactly this.
Brilliant. Perfect assessment. That is what makes us love Bukayo Saka.
But that's the difference between Saka and Martinelli.
My West London Don. Bukayo from the end.
Football IQ.
California's coming on.
And everybody
gets last.
Everybody on my social media has been cussing this Arsenal performance. And I'm like, it's not actually as bad as you lot are making it out to be. We just have to run them out.
Yeah.
I just think this is a couple of tweaks.
Yeah, this is what we call an attritional battle because Aston Villa have to be commended. They're a tough team.
Well,
Odegaard missed the sitter, guys. Odegaard just
Don't
missed
worry
the sitter,
about
and California is coming on.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind Odegaard missing them when we're 2-0 up.
I tell you what, that's interesting. California.
Look at the ball from Trossard again. Look at the ball from Trossard.
No, it's not that interesting, Tony, because
you know what, Emerson.
When you look at it,
but there's two challenges flying in at him as he's making contact with that ball, so he had to hurry it.
I know he didn't have time to set.
Not only that, Tone. Like when you make a substitution, you want it to be like for like, and like when they come in, there's no change, and that is what Arteta is looking for.
As well, Emerson.
That is what he's looking for.
Just as it reaches Odegaard, it bobbles up right in front of him, which is why it hits his shin. So
I can forgive him. I can forgive Odin's son for that.
We're winning 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, bro.
I wish I was in the stands right now.
Yeah,
I really wish I was there, man. The scenes right now. I was there when Jorginho kind of handed it off the fucking, excuse my language, off the bar. And then Martinelli celebrating before he scored. I was there.
If you look, Lewis, I mean, Partey's goal, Martinez really should have saved that. He's the one that pushes it into the net.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what the opposition keeper is doing. Hit the target and make the keeper work.
That's all you got to do, bro. But Emery's out managing now. You're streaking manager.
And you knew from the 5th minute that Emery was worried when they had to make the early change because the game plan changed in an instant.
Yeah, as Apollo says in the chat, he says Haim, which should be game change once Martinelli came off. You know,
100%.
That's telling you we gotta find an alternate to Martinelli. As much as we love him because of what he's done for us over the years, he's playing on borrowed success.
Bring me Nico Williams.
If we can get the Nico Williams deal done, I'm out. You might as well give us the league. I'm convinced of it.
I've got this sneaky feeling because if there is a release clause, it's going to be very, very similar to how we got
Partey.
They will go to the league directly. They'll say, "This is the payment structure. We've got the agreement on the player side. Boom, done." And that's how I think it's going to go. We don't need a proper number 9 right now.
No.
No, the number 9 is not the issue. The issue is the cover for Saka. If you get rid of Reece Nelson or you're not going to play Reece Nelson, you need cover, right? And then obviously Trossard, Jesus can play on either flank. But the problem is Martinelli's the problem.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, lovely touch, Havertz. Go on, Royce. Play it, play it, play it. I know you're ahead of us, Emerson, but I'm just.
That's why I'm keeping
Emerson's
quiet.
not. He's not
That's
made.
why I'm
He's
keeping.
not said nothing.
That's why I keep.
And Trossard over
Quiet.
the bar. But lovely move.
That's why I
Trossard's
kept
been
quiet.
involved in everything we've done.
That touch was
Trossard has been
beautiful, man.
involved.
Yeah,
Lewis, when you
we've
hear me go,
opened Villa.
when you hear me go quiet, you know there's something going on in the game that I'm watching that you can't see
100%.
for about 10 or 15 seconds after.
Trossard, man.
I'm
At
gonna
least make
approve.
Mark.
What a tackle, Gabriel. What a tackle, Saliba. I meant to say Saliba. What a tackle, Saliba. Unbelievable. He had no right to make that tackle. He has come from nowhere. And I mean nowhere. He's give that guy about 10 yards. What a tackle.
What
Do you
a
know what
tackle.
it is? We call this angles. Yeah. Saliba already knows he's going to cut in on his right foot. So there's no need to like immediately rush out. You just wait
Wow.
for that heavy touch, which comes, and then boom, get out of my house. That's what we call it. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Who are you? Get out of here.
Let me tell you something. This guy's afterburners need to be considered, man, because he ran some distance there.
Saka's gone down, guys. Just to let you know.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
And now Saliba's on the left wing. He's taken out 2 Aston Villa players.
He's so good, man.
Oh,
He's so good. How old is he? What,
how's he
23?
taking out 2
He's
players?
23 and he's playing like he's been playing football like he's a 50-year-old man. He's so good, man. It's very rare that he does make mistakes, but they're very rare.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about him, man. He's come in and he's looked like he's never like you know those players that come into a team and you look at them, you're like, where, like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Like, how are you playing beyond your years?
But that's why I said it when he was playing at Marseille.
I just saw
ready
Saliba's
then.
turn again. It was so good. He made Duran run straight into whoever the other guy was.
I can't wait to see that clip and just distribute it around the social medias, man. And look, they look. Do you know what was funny? Because Bailey's just looked up and just laughed, didn't it? He's just laughed like he knows he got done like a kipper. Pardon me.
Martinez got lucky. He just slapped him California across the face. If you see it, you'll see it in the next 30 seconds.
Do you know what? I'd actually take Saka off at this point.
What are you doing?
It's
Why are they
2-0.
holding Calafiore? He's trying to run back to his own fucking defence, man. What are you doing? Fucking dickheads. Oh, sorry. Forgot where I was watching there. I apologise for the profanities.
It's not much of a slap for me, Emerson.
No,
It's more of a... Yeah.
I'm running back to defend.
Do you know what? I just say, what's the score? Like, I'm one of those players. Like, what's the score again? Who's the home team here? Okay,
Reece
then.
Nelson's coming on, guys, for Saka. Reece Nelson on for Saka.
I'm pleased to see that. I'm glad Reece is getting some minutes.
And he's
I personally don't think.
Slightly.
I personally don't think that Arsenal have got the offers that they want, because
that can be done.
West Ham were very interested and then all of a sudden just signed flipping Somerville. I don't think there's enough suitors for him.
Got that spot on.
I don't think there's enough.
You got that spot on, Lewis. I've got a feeling Nelson will go, but it will be a surprise loan signing.
I think he'll end up at Leicester.
No.
No.
Let's go, Reece.
Well done, Bakayo, my guy.
And never assist in a game. Unbelievable. That guy,
He's just cooking.
He's got football IQ, bro. He's got some serious football IQ.
How
And
is that a foul?
they gave PFA or young PFA, or whatever you want to call it, to Phil Foden in a team that is star-studded. And yet
Foden's a baller,
Bakayo's
bro.
like, no, he is in a good team.
Yeah, but he's a baller. We
Foden should
can't
No.
knock Foden a baller, bro.
No. Let's get it. Let's get this right. Saka, when he came into Arsenal,
Yeah,
when Arsenal were done and dusted,
for sure.
dragged everybody up,
Yeah,
along
for
with
sure.
Smith
Him and
Rowe
Smith Rowe.
and along with Nelson. Like Nelson deserves to get a little bit of a mention in this, right? And they keep like what Saka is doing is just keeping the critics quiet because you can't question him. You cannot. International level, the man is second to Harry Kane in goals and assist contributions.
Yeah.
When it comes to English players,
there's levels, and he's
levels above, but they just don't want to give him his flowers. The media don't want to give him his flowers, but us Arsenal fans know the deal.
We know,
and the opposition fans know it as well, but they just don't want to admit it.
Havertz still running 90 minutes on the clock, still sprinting after the ball.
We're still in pre-season, Gary, man.
He's got engine, man. He's got engine.
That's that central midfielder engine.
He don't stop, man.
Do you know what? I'm quite glad he's kind of silenced me as a fan because I did question like Havertz.
Who's that?
Havertz. I was like, do you know what? I'll give him the season and see what he can do.
And that was literally because he just looked like he was uninterested. But his work ethic, and is just phenomenal in every single game, man. And he may not take the plaudits, but he puts in such a shift.
Yeah, he definitely does, man. He puts himself about attacking defensively. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he really does put his body on the line, and you look at it and you're like, thanks, Chelsea. Like, we've actually got a little gem here. Before he went to Chelsea, I was like, do you know what? I can see this guy in our team. But obviously, Chelsea paid the big money and got him at the time.
Arsenal
what a
dropping
tackle.
Very deep in these last 4 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, that's right, man. I thought Reece was going to handball that, man. It looked like he was just going to let it hit his arm as it come through.
Do you know what? If I'm Arteta, I'll make another defensive change and just shut up.
I wouldn't. I'd just leave it as it is now. Don't change nothing. There's literally 3 minutes left. Ross Barkley's just
just run the clock down.
Man of the match, David Raya. Told you. The saves, two saves made in this game, absolutely superb. I mean, that one.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Gal. I think he's deserved.
Well, wait a second. When did Villa sign Ross Barkley? I didn't even see that one.
Yeah.
This season from Luton.
I didn't even see that one happening at all.
Ross Barkley always showed signs of promise, but he never really reached it. Like I think he should have done.
Thomas Partey.
Yeah. And he can do that. He's got the ability to shoot from the edge of the box.
Oh yeah. I was there when he slapped one top bins against Tottenham.
Yeah, that was the one.
And
that made him an Arsenal legend from there.
Like just the way that we played that day at the Emirates was just unbelievable.
Calafiore. Excellent block. And Calafiore again. Oh, that's a dirty foul, man. That should be a yellow card, surely. Reece Nelson just got taken out.
I'm not worried about Brighton next week. I'm saying it right now. I'm not worried about Brighton next week.
Honest with you, Lewis, honest opinion, I ain't worried about nobody.
Nah, there's a couple of teams I am, and that's City and Liverpool. Everybody else, I'm not really
I
That
bet you things will change when you see Marino play, because to me, he's going to make a massive difference in that 8 slot.
Oh yeah, 100%. And everybody has said, "Oh, he flopped at Newcastle." Sometimes players develop at different rates, regardless
Yeah,
of what you say, right?
for sure.
And it was probably just a little bit too early for him to be in the Premier League. So he's gone back home, learned the technical side, and absolutely come out of it as a beast. Like, let's be real. Like, how long ago was he at Newcastle?
Fiore and Declan Rice.
And like a team like Newcastle, they don't play ball like Arsenal play ball.
I'll tell you what, Havertz has just played the ball of the match there. Absolutely unbelievable. He's chased after a ball 40 yards, played it first time into Odegaard, and Trossard's shot is blocked.
That is a ball. That is a ball.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Villa. Thanks for having us.
That's IQ, bro.
Thanks for having us, Villa.
That game done, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Jubbly, my phone is literally going to run out of battery in a minute.
Well, thanks for joining us while you had it, mate, because it was enjoyable. Make sure you charge your phone next time. Hopefully we'll see more of you, Lewis.
Definitely. No, you definitely will do. On a weekend, you will. Definitely. Midweek's a little bit tougher. But lads, enjoy the wrap up. My man of the match is a very, 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 very split one. And whatever you lot go with, I'm going with. Put it that way. And Arteta today, Arteta gets an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10, only because the first half we've had to kind of like dig the trenches a little bit and kind of, build. But then second half, he just like Villa had nothing, and we literally just took them apart. So yeah, quality performance. Lads, take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you next. Oh, I won't see you Saturday because I've got a game myself at 2:00 next week. So I'll try and get on the week after next. All right.
Nice one. Cheers, Lewis.
Take it easy, lads. Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Well, I'll be back in 2 secs, Tone.
No worries, pal. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. A somewhat difficult first half, where we could see that we weren't quite as effective as we wanted to be. But I did feel, and I kind of predicted that Arsenal would win this one. I said last night in the preview show that it's likely to be 0-0 at halftime, and then Arsenal would turn up and secure the game 2-0. 2-0 is what I predicted. 2-0 is what the game is. And I think, to be honest, I think that might be the only game I predicted right today. I definitely didn't predict Brighton. I thought that was going to be 1-1. I kind of felt Palace would get something. Fulham won 2-1. I might have gone for a draw there, I think. City, I knew that was going to be a City win. Southampton, Forest won 1-0. I might have picked Forest on that one. Yeah, I knew Tottenham would win. And as I said, I picked Arsenal bang on 2-0 to win this one. I've gone for Liverpool to win tomorrow. And I can't remember who the other team is. But yeah, it's been a very, very satisfactory watch along. It's been great to be amongst my buddies, Apollo, Gary, Lewis, and Emerson. So Gary will be back. Apollo might come and jump on. So we're gonna do the ratings, D. I can see you're desperate to see us with the ratings. So I'm gonna do them. If you guys are able to and you want to put your ratings in the chat, I'll be happy to read them out as well. It's difficult to type and chat at the same time, so apologies for the quiet moments. But overall, I thought it was a very entertaining game. I'm just gonna see if I can pull up some stats for you guys, because you know me, I love a stat. Yeah, there's a load of them to come. So Bukayo Saka becomes just the 4th player to win 100 Premier League games before turning 23. Wow. Only the 4th player. Let's see what's... I've got some more messages coming in. Apollo says he's struggling, D. So, Apollo, if you can, type your ratings into the banner, then please do. So yeah, I will be doing that. So yeah, just give me a second, guys. I'm just as I said, looking at the statistics, which, as I said, Bukayo Saka becoming the 4th player to win 100 Premier League games before turning 23. The other 3 players are Wayne Rooney, Cesc Fabregas, and Phil Foden. Amazing, amazing. 2 wins from 2. Arsenal get revenge. 4 goals scored, 0 goals conceded. This is a great graphic. I'm gonna need to post this graphic up. So forgive me, as I said, guys. Just doing some background stuff here, which hopefully won't take too long. Just let me get to some of the things that... Whoops. So first and foremost, that kit there, that tracksuit top that Arsenal launched. It's a Jamaica-inspired tracksuit top to that the Arsenal came into. Wow, amazing work by Adidas once again. Just take my money, Adidas. Just take my money. And I ain't even Jamaican, but boy, me like the thing, you see. And this is the graphic that I was just talking about. The ghost of Unai Emery. God. Some stats from the first half. That was Thomas Partey's first goal since March 2023. Okay, Gary's back. Yeah, so yeah, we can't say how important that particular save on 54 minutes by David Raya was. An absolute worldie, considering that
that is actually one of the best saves I've ever seen made. Was on his arse about 2 seconds previous.
So Apollo has put his ratings in. Gary, would you mind just reading out the ratings while I just
Apollo's
get some more stats? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So Apollo's ratings are as follows: David Raya, 9 out of 10. Ben White gets a 7. Saliba, 8.5. Gabriel, 7. Timber, 7. Partey, 7.5. Rice, 6.5. Odegaard, 6. Martinelli, 5, which I think is very generous. Kai Havertz, 6. Saka, 7. And he gives Arteta a 9. Not too dissimilar from my ratings when I give them. And I'm assuming, Apollo, that your man of the match is your guy, David Raya. Can be saying we need a midfielder and a winger, and we're cooking this season. I just can't see Arteta signing Osimhen. It's pretty obvious he's set on Havertz as a centre forward now. Yes, Cam, you're right there. I can't see us splashing the money, 80 plus million. I think we just need covering the wide positions. We've already brought in a midfielder with Marino coming in. So that's pretty much taken care of now. So I can't see a big summer signing centre forward coming. So we've got David Raya talking now.
And are the big saves, are they always sweeter when the team then goes on and wins the game? Well, I think everyone, like you said, is a hero here because we work together. Not just me just saving the ball, is Leo scoring and then Thomas is scoring again as well. But yeah, of course, is a crucial moment of the game that we are now. And I thought we controlled very, very well the game, but obviously they had their chances, and I was there to be able to save Ollie's header. You certainly were. So talk us through it. 8-9 minutes after half time, the ball kind of loops over your head. I mean, you haven't seen it back yet, but from one angle on super slow, it looks like you're absolutely dead, really. But what are you thinking? No, it's a thing of what I remember. It's a shot from outside the box. I think the deflection. It's a deflection from Gavi, so I'm going. I think I'm on the floor, kind of thing, or on my knee on the floor. So I try to get up. I see looking over my head, and I try to reach it. I can't reach it because it's too quick. But then I see the rebound going towards the pitch again, and then I just see Ollie just going in there. So I just try to react as quick as possible, and I just put my hand there. And luckily enough, there was nobody around, so we cleared the ball. And yeah, of course, he's
excellent save, Mr. David Raya.
Is that also years and years of hard work? We don't see everything you do in training, but often warming up for a game or the little bits of training we do see, you make a save and you're up again with your goalkeeper coach and with your teammates. So is that save years in the making? Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a repetition of things. No, you sometimes you do drills where you have to save one ball and then get up quick to save the other, and that's just like a repetition of years doing it. And then obviously that this time just has paid off. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but this time it's sweet to say that it has paid off on all this hard work. And I do think when we see videos of this season back in years to come, we'll see that save again and again. I asked you off camera, have you made a better one? You said yes straight away. But yeah, no, I don't think so. I think this is a difficult one, of course. it's just a reaction one. On top of my head, I don't think this is one of my best save on top with your Hotters at Brentford.
Yeah. And some saved last week as well. He started this season unbelievably well.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Try to hold the team as much as possible to win games.
You player of the match. Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, I could agree with you today, Apollo, but last week I think even Lewis alluded to it, that Saka was the guy. So Leandro Trossard talking now.
Yeah, that's from your perspective. Yeah, amazing. He saved us a couple of times today. He showed it last week as well. So yeah, credit to him. He kept us in the game, and then yeah, it's great that we finished it off at the end.
We saw some very noisy celebrations at the end. What was it like in the dressing room there? Does it feel like a very significant victory, even though it's so early in the season?
Yeah, definitely. We are. I think everyone knows what a tough place it is to come to play here and win a game, and another clean sheet. So yeah, it's a perfect away win for us.
Was it actually a nice time for you to come on into the game at 0-0?
I prefer it to be 0-0 than obviously being in behind 1-0 down. So yeah, I always try to do my best and try to help and change the game, and luckily it went my way and the team's way today again, and I'm very, very pleased with that.
Well, you certainly did that, Leandro. When you come on the 60-odd minute, first touch of the ball. I mean, that's as good as it gets. Talk us through it, because we highlighted you. And when I look at you, you come out onto the sort of left side now. You can see you're desperate to get involved. You've got your hands up. You want that ball switched. You was always alive.
Yeah, that's how I always approach a game. I want to feel the ball. That's the type of player I am. And I told them before as well, because I said in the first half, obviously I'm on the bench and I can have a look at the game. And I knew there was space in behind. And I'm just hoping that the ball is going to land around the penalty spot there, and I'm reading it, and yeah, with my first touch,
We've highlighted your movement here, because for me this is just instinct. You just come off the line, you think something might happen, and you wrap it. It's a really good finish because you haven't touched the ball since the warm-up, really, or half time.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you said. I try to read it, and yeah, the ball comes to me perfectly, and yeah, all I have to do is put it in the back of the net.
And that's what you kind of do in the change room. You obviously, lots of substitutes we see just sitting there, just sort of watching, observing. Disappointment. There was a subdued celebration from you. Is that disappointing because you're not starting? Because obviously you came on and made an impact.
I thought Trossard was excellent when he came on.
In the starting lineup.
I think everyone wants to start.
I agree.
But it's always nice to team and get my goal and get off to a good start for myself as well this season. And
not even a smile, Leandro. Come on.
He's smiling now.
I think it's
What's going on? What's going on? Here we go. We got the normal. That's a celebration.
It's all emotions as well, and when you score, it's almost like you don't know what is happening. And I'm just very pleased that I have the team again tonight, and yeah, it's an important one for us, and we can look forward to the next game.
From a personal perspective, though, you did finish last season so well, 9 in the last 18 games of last season. Did you almost expect to be starting again at the start of this season?
It's not about expecting. I know the competition and the team as well, and I think it's good for everyone, and we push each other. But obviously, when you do very well, as like I said, everyone wants to start and play games. But it's just, I'm very happy that I have the team and I had an impact again, and that's all I can do.
Apart from obviously saying to you, get in the back post and give us a goal when you can, what was the manager's directions to you? What did he say? Bring more energy, because they have a young right back that had obviously been a substitute. Get at him. What was the feeling from the manager?
Yeah, exactly what you're explaining now. To get at him, try to be composed on the ball, and get him behind them, and make it difficult for him. And I think I managed to do it.
Well, the second goal, your movement for the second goal, I don't know if you can look it up, but the guy's under pressure here. And this is fantastic movement as well from you, because you pull him in, you realise he's going to get tight to you, and a little bit of reverse movement. Brilliant.
Yeah, this one as well. As soon as I came on, I told Gabi that he had to look for me and behind it, because I knew there would be space. And with the first ball before this, he didn't do it, but then on the second one, when I told him, he puts a perfect ball in behind, and then obviously it's a good finish from top.
Whereabouts are your player ratings, Emerson? I can't see them.
Where he's sort of trying to occupy the fullback as well. Is that what you're trying to obviously do, where that ball can be lifted over the top into the space? Because it keeps the fullback guessing, doesn't it?
Definitely. obviously every opposition is different, but you always try to exploit their weaknesses, and I think in the second half we've done that.
The fixture computer had a bit of fun with Arsenal at the start of this season, Leandro. The first 3 away games, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Manchester City. You've also got Brighton at home next week. How important is a good start, given the fixtures that you've been dealt?
I agree with you, D. Dubs. Reece is a very good squad player.
Really set your path for this season.
I think a strong start is always good, especially for the feeling, how you go into a new season. Obviously, it's so early on, so it's hard to predict what's going to be at the end of the season. But it's definitely, what we're aiming for is to win games, especially also now. We want to win every game. Obviously, it's not as easy as it has before, and it's next week as well. I know them very well, so. It's going to be a good game for us again to measure ourselves.
We wish you well. Thank you very much. And good to see you smiling as well, Leandro. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Leandro Trossard, you made a big difference.
If it was before Emerson, I accidentally took myself out, so it may not be on my chat screen. So Tony would have to look for that. I will give my player ratings while Tony's busy doing his statistician work. So David Raya for me gets a 10 out of 10. Oh, hold on, Mikel Arteta.
I think you might get a knock on the door on Monday morning from Leandro Trossard. I'm not sure. It was an inspired substitution, wasn't it? Why was it necessary at that point in the game?
No, because we have to change the momentum of the game. We had 10, 12 minutes that we suffered in the second half, and we have to change something. And Leo's got the ability to change the game. His end product is unbelievable. I think he had 2 shots, 2 great balls in the box. That could have been another goal or 2.
Apollo's not feeling too well, D, so he's in the background resting. And Bertram has his own channel, which I think he's streaming on now.
Which we were a bit surprised, but
in what way were you surprised?
The way they behave, especially defensively. But it's fine. Then you have to make the game. We had to pick up the pace a little bit because we gone too slow because you feel comfortable on that, but it's not a game that we want to play. We created 2 or 3 big chances. Watkins has one here.
You got to mute Gary. You got to mute Gary.
No, I was talking to my son.
What they've been doing, especially at home, but that's it.
I was talking to my son about dinner. I don't want to hear what I've got.
We had to find something else, and the moment we understood the game, we created more and more problems. And credit to them, they are a great side, they are really well coached, and it's a very difficult place to come and win.
How important is it with subs now? Obviously you bring on
Tone, have you got a link for Bertram's channel?
He scores
please.
In the first minute, but keeping them happy, keeping them hungry, making sure.
Basically, if you look on YouTube for the channel called Cranky, Kranky Cranky Live. So I don't have a link for the show, but the channel is called Cranky Live. Very unique name, so you should see it very easily. And once you go in there, you'll see his live stream, or you see all of his past shows. So Cranky Live. I'll type it in the chat for you.
That we missed him, and we are a little bit short, but if we can do something, we will do it. But at the moment, we love the ones that we have, they are really, really good.
Is it a difficult balance, Mikel, at the start of the season, particularly this one, when you see the level of fixtures that you've been dealt in these
Apollo's just put it in there for you, D.
Although right next week is
that was me actually.
Oh,
right,
there you go. Sorry, Tony just put it in there. Sorry, mate. I always see the 101 as Mr.
Yeah,
Apollo.
no, we both have the rights. That's why I can put up all the graphics, because we both have the admin access.
It's going to be really complicated. You have to earn it, and we will try 2 out of 2. Obviously, there are a lot of things to improve still, but now focus on.
No problem, D.
Question from Lee, and I think this is the chatter amongst Arsenal fans as well, Mikel. Going into this last week of the transfer window, do you feel you have enough, particularly the top of the pitch, enough options there to go through an entire season?
If everybody's fit, yes, but that's why we need good availability from everybody. We don't have 23 outfield players, and normally you have to be equipped like that. We know we're not going to get there. We have to trust some academy players and make sure that we look after the ones that we had to be robust and play a lot of minutes.
But so far, looking good.
So far, looking good and happy.
Good for you. Well done. Thank you very much, Mikel.
He's not giving nothing away there. Nothing.
He's not, but do you know what? Just based on what he said there, Gary, I don't think
you think someone's coming in, right?
The options he's got. I think he wants more. But I think he's being very coy about
that's
what
the kind of feeling I got from that as well.
Yeah.
He's kind of saying, well, Jesus has got injury problems. And if we pick up another couple of injuries, we're short. So he's saying that he wants at least one more through the door.
Yeah. Emerson, I didn't see your player ratings, brother. I have gone back through the chat and I can't see them, buddy.
Yeah, I couldn't see him either. I went back through the chat while you was busy doing. I couldn't see it. While Emerson's sorting that, I'm going to give my player rating. So David Raya, I'm giving the guy a 10.
Wow.
Just for that save in the second half alone, for getting the save in the first half. To be, listen, as a football coach, and obviously my son's a young goalkeeper, just knowing how hard it is to hit that deck and spring up within a millisecond to get your eye on the ball, to have a strong enough hand to push it wide of the incoming Villa player to safety is a feat in itself. Plus the save in the first half. Listen, I couldn't agree with Apollo last week when he gave Raya man of the match. But I said at 62 minutes, didn't I? Whenever he made that save from Watkins, I said, it doesn't matter what happens in this game now. This guy is the man of the match. So he was my man of the match, 10 out of 10. Ben White, quiet game, but did Ben White stuff. But I'm going to give Ben White 8 because he blasted the ball in McGinn's stomach when McGinn got involved with Havertz. So Ben White gets an 8 just for his shithousery tactics. Saliba, I thought he had a really good game, but he made this tackle in the second half where he had no right to slide in and win the ball. Absolutely no right. It was outrageous that he even attempted the tackle, let alone make it perfectly. The margin for error when you're tackling from so far away, but you can actually win that ball cleanly, is a phenomenal asset to have. And tackling is a fine art. You either have it or you don't. So I'm going to give Saliba a 9 based on that tackle alone. I thought that tackle probably saved a certain shot on target, let alone a goal. Gabriel, I thought he was his normal solid self, battled away, covered Saliba. They covered each other. Again, I still think they're the best defensive centre-back partnership in the league. I don't think anyone else comes close to them two. So I'm going to give Gabriel a 7.5. Timber, on what's basically his first start in it, really, you know, after the mess that was the injury last season. I thought he done really well. And I noticed that halfway during the second half, he just stepped into the midfield and became another blockade that they couldn't really get through. So I was impressed with Timber today. He looked much more assured against a Leon Bailey than we've seen Zinchenko appear to be. So Timber gets a 7.5. Thomas Partey had a bit of a raggedy game. He looked good. He got turned 4 or 5 times by this Rodgers kid. And, you know, the kid sped away from him and he hasn't got the legs to get after him. But he popped up with the all-important second goal, which really killed the game. So I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 7. Declan Rice, I think Declan Rice is suffering the exploits of last season, towards the end of last season in the Euros where he's constantly played. I think he's suffering a bit. You know, hopefully if Marino comes in and he's good to go against Brighton or the game after, we can see Declan Rice get a bit of a break because he hasn't really had a break from football for a very long time, you know, playing with England and West Ham in the Europa League or whatever, the Conference League, whatever the league they won. So the more squad players you get, the better the rotation has to be to allow players to rest and recuperate. So Declan Rice is going to get a 6. Martinelli, it pains me to say it, but I think Cam hit the nail right on the head. He massively overachieved, and the expectation rating for him went from literally here to like way up there, and I don't think he's ever going to hit them heights again. For a player that is playing for the Brazil national squad or in a squad for the Brazil national squad and playing for a top Premier League team like Arsenal are now, his decision making is non-existent, and I think there is a big axe that is looming for this guy, because Arteta, he wants progression, and if you're not progressing and you're getting left behind, if the team outgrows you, you're shipped out. And we've seen it happen with other players, and I think Martinelli is on that road. As much as it pains me to say it, I want to see every Arsenal player succeed, but I just think that he's got to improve. I mean, when Trossard came on, you saw the differences like chalk and cheese, right? Trossard makes the right decisions. He appears for the cutback. He's in the right place. It's a cool, calm finish. He makes runs behind. His touch is great. He puts the ball across. And Martinelli played 60-odd minutes, and we didn't see that. Didn't see that once. So he's got a lot of improving to do. And I'm going to give Martinelli a 3. I'm going to go even lower than you, Tom. I'm going to give Martinelli a 3. Saka, I thought he was quiet, but like Lewis said, he can be quiet, but he's going to pop up with a bit of mastery. He reaches a ball that he may not have had the right to reach and cuts it back for Trossard's goal. And then he's there again to set up party. So an 8 for Bukayo Saka. Havertz, quiet game, dropped a bit too deep for me at times. If he's going to play as a 9, stick as a 9 and only drop back when you have to, but still chasing lost causes, still hustling and hurrying and getting involved right up until the 95th minute. So I'm happy with the 7 for Kai Havertz. Trossard, I'm going to give Trossard a 9.5, because I'll tell you for why. Because when he come on, he affected the game in a serious capacity. And if it wouldn't have been for Raya making the saves he made, Trossard would have got man of the match, because he scored the opener and he was involved in everything good that Arsenal done. So full credit to Arteta for making the substitutions. And Arteta, I'm going to give him a 9 today, because I think he got everything spot on. And that's my player ratings.
Nice one, Gary. Nice one. So, guys, you've had a chance to hear, you've seen Apollo's, you heard Gary's, you would have seen mine. I'll read them out now. David Raya was also my man of the match. It's fantastic 9 performance for me. Ben White 7. Saliba, the Rolls Royce. I mean, I showed you the halftime stats for the guy. He's phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He gets a most touches, most duels won, most tackles, most clearances, and most.
That's unbelievable stats, isn't it?
But that was only at the first half, and then obviously that second half run back and tackle was phenomenal. But yeah, he is so good to me that I have to give him an 8. Gabriel, solid as a rock himself, but Saliba is just a little bit better for me, so Gabriel gets a 7. Timber, I thought started.
I think they complement each other very well, Tone. No?
Yeah, for sure. Timber, I thought started well, but faded in the end. Obviously, then he got replaced by Calafiori. But I think he's going to come good. I think he's, I'm glad he played, because I think he just needs minutes. I'm pretty certain he will be all that and a bag of tricks. He showed he can play upfield, which is what I think Arteta had alluded to in his interview yesterday. So yeah, I'm pleased with Timber. So despite me only giving him a 6, I actually think that, you know, he's got upside that will be tremendous. Thomas Partey, 7.5. The finish, you know, you gotta love that. Had it not been for that finish, it'd probably been a 6.5 for him. But I do believe Mikel Arteta has a decision to make next week when Mikel Merino is sitting and running around in the training pitch doing his magic at what I assume will be the 8th position. I think Arteta has a decision who he plays at 6 between Thomas Partey and Declan Rice. And for me, Thomas Partey is a better player than Declan Rice. But that's not to say I don't think Rice is a good player and can't fulfill a function at either 6 or 8 if called upon. Which is interesting because he's the £100 million player. And by what I see, he will be on a £100 million bench with the likes of Mykhailo Mudryk, who's a £100 million bench player, and Jack Grealish, who is also a £100 million bench player. Odegaard, not his greatest game, but I still thought it was industrious. 7.5 for me. Martinelli, yeah, poor. We have to find an answer to that. And I quite simply don't think Merino is the answer. I don't think he's good enough. I simply think we have to go out and find another attacking player who can play across the front and has better football IQ than Gabriel Martinelli. Saka, doing what Saka does. You know, he can be quiet, but then he'll come out and he'll do something. He could have scored a goal today. Instead, he had an assist. And for that, I give him an 8. Havertz, again, very industrious. Some nice touches here and there. Nothing over and above, but a good solid 7 from Kai Havertz. And then Trossard, who, yeah, I mean, I could easily have graded him a 9. I think the only reason I didn't grade him higher was because I gave Raya a 9. But yeah, took his gold absolutely fantastically. As I said before he even came on, he's different to Martinelli because he just knows where the goal is. He don't mess around. Look, when Trossard starts the game, he doesn't do some of the things that Martinelli does. He's not, for me, an out-and-out winger. But what he is undoubtedly is a goal getter. He will get you goals. He knows where the goal is. Put the ball in the right place for him. He's almost, to me, like a very similar player to Freddie Ljungberg. Because Freddie Ljungberg, to me, was not a great winger. But he just knew, put Freddie on in a place where he could finish, and he would finish. Dennis
Freddie was more like an 8 who arrived late into the box. That's where he got most of his goals from, but he could finish.
Yeah. Trossard, to me, is a very similar player. And I've given Arteta an 8. I didn't give Calafiori and Reece Nelson a mark because I think they came on quite late in the game and didn't have much opportunity to impact the game. D, you're right. £100 million bench. It might be for Deck. Love Deck, but it is what it is. Can't drop Partey. Best DM in the world, as D says. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, he ain't playing like the best in the world, but I know what he's capable of doing. And, you know, it is what he did.
I think the thing with it though, I mean, you come to a team like Arsenal, you can't expect to start every game. And we have to manage Partey's workload, right? So you want Partey playing against the Cities, the Liverpools, the Spurs, the teams that we're challenging. Against the other teams, you can afford to rest Partey, and then Deck comes in at the 6. Do you know what I mean? Or Marino goes to the 6, Deck keeps in the 8. However you want to work it, this is a pick that Arteta's got to get right this season. You know, I mean, Ivan Toney. I mean, not for me. I don't think the problem is up front. I think the problem is out wide. For me, is it Johan Bakayoko? Bakayoko. Yeah, he would be one that I'd look at. And do you know what I was even thinking today? Here's a random name for you, right? Callum Hudson-Odoi. That's a random name to throw into the mix from Forest.
You know what the interesting one would be? Madueke at Chelsea.
Yeah, Madueke, another one.
Yeah,
that I would look into.
If they don't want to play him and he wants out, I would have him. I would have him.
Agreed. Listen, I was watching Hudson-Odoi today, and he cuts in. He has a shot. He cuts. When you cut in, you've got to cut in at an angle where you've got to give yourself an opportunity to whip that in with your towards goal with your right foot. Martinelli doesn't do this. He keeps the ball tight to his foot, so when he cuts in, the ball's still on his foot. That's why there's no end product.
Yeah,
but something needs to be done about the left wing slot. I think Trossard is that impact player, and he doesn't seem to do as well as he does when he starts. But with a confidence in it, if you're in a rich vein of form, you're starting. I mean, what did they say just now? Was it 9 goals in the last 18 games of the season for Trossard? Something like that. 1 in 2 it was. So he's you might be able to check that up for the back end of last season. But we got a tough start to the league. But like I said in our I was saying to Apollo, you're gonna have to play these teams at some stage. So to me, it doesn't matter when you play them. If you're gonna play and win, go win the game, So if we get through Brighton, Spuds, and City, and we're still unbeaten, that's not a bad start to the season. All facts considered, And then obviously our season gets a little bit so-called easier against the lesser teams, and then all the other teams have to then play each other. So if we can beat Brighton and turn over the Spuds, that's another 6 points. 4 wins out of 4. Then we go into City, and our chances is good.
Yeah, I agree, Gal. I agree. D has put some names in on the back of what we just been saying. So he's agreeing with us on Madueke. He brings in Adingra, Bakayoko. Shame about Amari Hutchinson. Yeah. Koza Dubry, I believe, is getting sent out on loan despite being picked up by Brighton. Why couldn't Arteta keep them youths? It's not Arteta's fault. They want to go.
I don't think it's the impetuous of youth, D.
Yeah.
We've seen Miles Scully and Manwary come into the team. And they're willing to fight for their place at Arsenal. And they've been rewarded on the pre-season tour. They've been rewarded by being promoted to the first team. Certain players think they've got an automatic right, and they think they're good enough to step up and play as young as they are. And I've been to watch the under-21s a couple of times last season. And my thought was Manwary is the closest to being ready. With Miles Scully just a little bit behind him, and Kozier Dubry was a little bit off of them two. So I thought the move to Brighton, he was going to play for Brighton, but then Brighton signed a couple of other people that play in his position. So he's decided to go out on loan, but ultimately it belongs to these young kids to decide what they want to do. And some of them may be badly advised. We don't know. Or some of them just have it in their own mind that they're good enough and they want to play, and they don't at Arsenal. It's not going to happen like that.
For sure. It's a fine balancing act, isn't it? Obviously, trying to maintain your core from the youth system to ensure that you've got your English quota of players. And then ensuring that they get opportunities. We've seen players, as I said, with Amari Hutchinson, went away to Chelsea. That didn't work out too well. However, he's found his feet at Ipswich and looks a good player. Could have been doing that at Arsenal.
But you can do that when you drop down to the lesser team. You can stand out.
Of course.
It's like Jack Grealish. Looked amazing at Villa. 14 goals, 100 million in 3 years at City. So the bigger fish goes into the bigger lake, and all of a sudden that big fish finds he ain't as big as he thought he was.
100%, Gal. 100%.
D, in all truth, mate, you're not going to promote a 16-year-old and sell a proven goal scorer in the Premier League that is in Nketiah when he gets his chance. That's never going to happen. At 16, you have to be an outstanding talent, like a Wayne Rooney, like a Theo Walcott, like a Bukayo Saka, like a David Beckham or whoever. People that really made it to the very, very top of the game.
Yeah, and D, you're saying Chido, but Chido was 15, brother. He was a 15-year-old playing in the under 18s. Yeah, 15. Now, there's a saying: if you're good enough, you're old enough. But let's not get this wrong. He's playing under 18s football. It's a different ball game, brother.
Yeah.
Different.
And I'll tell you something, D. If you can name me, right, 16-year-olds that have made it into professional football and actually reached the top of their game, I will salute you live on air, sir. I'll give you a minute for that.
Yeah.
Without Googling.
Chido, look, Arsenal gave him, I think, the highest salary option you could offer a player. Man United doubled it. Yeah? And what happened to United today, brother? And where was Chido, brother? You see what I said? My man
he may have been a gunman,
the money at Man United, and he never even made the bench for a team that didn't win a game today.
That's it. He may have been a gunman in under 18s football, but if you watch a clip of some of his goals, the defending is so poor, right? It's unbelievable. You're never going to get defending like that in the Premier League. It's a completely different game.
Different. Not the same. You're talking chalk and cheese.
Like I said, when you go watch under 21s, Cozy Odubri look great in under 21s, but nowhere near ready to step into the first team and become a regular starter.
There you go.
Nowhere near. Miles Scully.
To understand levels, brother. Levels. I remember years back. Sorry,
go on. No, you finish.
So I was gonna say, I remember years back, when Nicholas Bentner was in the under 21s. It was Bentner and Arturo Lupoli. Yeah,
I remember the young Italian kid, wasn't he?
Between the two of them, they was beating up them boys. They was beating everybody up. They were scoring goals left, right, and centre. And I actually thought out of the two of them, Lupoli was the more natural striker. But Bentner just had size because he was buoying boys. He was buoying, man. Yeah?
The Lord.
And that was the same team. David Bentley was in that team. And that team was buoying everybody. I used to go all the time to Barnet. And they used to beat everybody. That was when Arsenal played at what was Underhill at the time. Yeah? And... years later, I'm like, what the hell happened to Arturo Lupoli? What the hell happened to J. Emmanuel Thomas?
In the second division, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or something like that. He ended up proper at the game.
I honestly thought J. Emmanuel Thomas was going to be the next coming of Patrick Vieira.
There you go. Another one. Well, who was the other guy? There was J. Emmanuel Thomas. There was another guy. What was his name, man?
Was it
Jay Boothroyd?
Jay Boothroyd. Yes, sir. You see, we know our stuff. We've seen these likes of Chido Obi Martin coming in before. It doesn't mean just because you're buoying boys that you can come into the man's game and buoy men. Listen, if you ain't seen the interview with Kevin Campbell talking about the impact of Wayne Rooney when he went to Everton, you have to understand there are certain players. When you listen to Kev talk about how impactful Wayne Rooney was as a 15-year-old, you have to go, that's a once in a blue moon. Michael Owen, once in a blue moon. Yeah. Anyway, we digress slightly. Let's try and get the rest of these comments out.
So we've got a little...
Gyökeres is out there,
The gun...
He could be one.
The Gunner Talk.
Gunner Talk,
the Gunner Talk and D are having a little kind of spat here. What's going on? Let's read this.
Yeah, we can see that. But I want to give Emerson his he came on and joined us on the show. So thank you very much, Emerson, for your rating. So I'll go through that. Raya gets an 8. I'm surprised you didn't give him a higher mark there, Emerson. Timber a 7, Saliba a 7. See, I can't do that. I can't give Timber the same mark as Saliba. You saw my stats, Emerson. Saliba was absolutely Rolls Royce out there today. And as much as I like Timber, and as I said, I think he's got a high ceiling, I can't have given them the same mark. Gabriel Magalhaes a 7. Where's White? Where's White? Where's White? We haven't got White on your ratings, my brother. Rice 6.5. Odegaard 6.5. Partey 7. Saka 7. Havertz 6.5. Martinelli 5. Subs Trossard 7. Nelson 6.5. Calafiori 6. Not sure how Nelson got more than Calafiori. And ACD is looking at a loan. That's a Mario Kozia Dubry. He's looking at a loan option this week coming. Yeah. So, you know, look. You forgot White, but we'll let you off. We're winning the league, bro. Thank you for asking. You man are having it. You man are having it. I'm not displaying it. The Gunner talk. You made a comment about Havertz. You're wrong, brother. You're wrong. If you think that
honestly,
Havertz is not that good,
listen.
Go on, Gal.
Listen, I don't know what game you're watching, the Gunners talk, but Havertz is definitely not what you just called him. I won't repeat it, but Havertz is definitely not what you called him. You watch the work effort that this guy has, which is second to none in the team. Second to none. Watch what he does when he's winning duels and he's winning headers and he's dropping back and he's tackling and he pops up with the goal. He pops up with an assist. Yeah, you watch everything like that. And when you know football, you know football.
Okay, so he went through on goal and he didn't quite get the finish that he wanted. But let's not be judgmental to the point that, oh, he's a scrub. Who scored the goal last week? Oh, Kai Havertz. Who got an assist last week? Oh, Kai Havertz. So not every player is going to score every week. Who's your favourite striker? But he don't score every week. So, yeah, he didn't have his best game this week. But you know what I get from Kai Havertz? 100% effort every game.
110% every game.
Right.
Not even 100.
And you know what? He may not be the most clinical striker out there. And there may be better options for us to go out and look at. I agree. But I'm not going to put poo-poo on a guy who scored a bag of goals last year and a bag of assists and has already started this season in the same vein. He can't score goals. Are you mad?
Look at his record from last season was better than Haaland's, who scored 50 odd goals.
You're mad if you don't think he can't score goals. You're seriously wrong, brother. You really seriously. What does he do apart from stick his bum out and pull defenders? This guy. Oh Lord.
I think it's time to end the stream right there, man.
I got one thing for this, fella.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on a minute. Hold on a
Another penalty to Arsenal. It's Kai Havertz. Runs up, stops, sends Neto the wrong way.
I take offence. Yeah. I take offence to the fact that you've called us with that us lot are like AFTV.
Oh, unbelievable. Red card for Gunners talk, brother. Red card.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Look,
you
know, if Kai Havertz has a bad game, we'll call it. And as yet, we ain't seen him have a bad game. We've seen him have quiet games. We've seen him have games where he's missed sitters, but he's not playing bad. He's just not as clinical as we'd like a striker to be. So yeah,
this is true. Right, I'm going to dart off.
Right,
I'm still
lovely.
reeling
Thank you
from.
very much,
I'm still
Gal.
reeling from the fact that we've been compared to AFTV. I don't think I can show my face ever again.
Unbelievable.
In public.
But yeah, appreciate you, Gary, as always. Thank you very much, and
No worries, mate.
have a great rest of your weekend. We're always in good
That
mood
people-
when we win on a Saturday.
That's it. Two from two. No goals conceded. Let's keep it
On we
going.
roll.
I'll see you.
Excellent.
I'll see you all next week.
Cheers, Gal.
See you later, mate. Bye.
So, gang, literally, I'm just going to finish off with some of the ratings, some of the stats. Let me get rid of that banner, which is over. So, yeah, Arsenal 60% possession, 60.6 to 39.4. Remember, we're playing away from home. Goalkeeper saves, 3 from Raya, 2 from Martinez. Aerial duels 1. We actually lost that one. And guess what? We got Marino coming in. And guess what he is? He's a duel winner. Guess who won the most duels in the whole of European football last year? Mikel Merino. Yes, sir. 15 fouls for Arsenal, 8 for Villa. We all know what was going on there. Dodgy referee. 1 corner for Arsenal, for Villa. Total touches in the box. I don't know why, but yeah, this was huge. 33 touches in the box for Arsenal to Villa's 18. That showed dominance in box possession. And then in terms of shots, 11 from Villa, 9 from Arsenal, but 4 on target, 2 goals, of course. 4 off target from Arsenal, 3 on target from Villa, 3 off target. Block shots, 5 block shots by Villa. Very defensively strong in that area. Obviously, that showed that, look, we had shots, but Villa were putting themselves in front of that goal to block our shots. What other stats have we got here? Pass success rate, 91% pass success rate compared to Villa's 83. Bukayo Saka, I think there's a stat I put up earlier that this was the first game Bukayo Saka has ever had 100% pass accuracy. And look who was next to him at 99%. Certain man, Rolls Royce, 99%. That is his average. He's averaging 90-something% every game. Total shots, 11 by Villa, 9 by Arsenal. 3 shots by Leandro Trossard, 2 from Thomas Partey. So how does that mean? What does that mean to the table? As you can see, Arsenal are currently sat top of the table, or third joint top, with Manchester City and Brighton, who have 1 goal difference. They're on +5 compared to our +4. But the 3 teams, ourselves, City and Brighton, are the 3 undefeated teams. Will probably get joined by Liverpool tomorrow, I presume. Also unbeaten are Brentford and Newcastle. But of course, we play Brighton next week, so somebody's O's got to go. Somebody won't be playing with the full 9 points next week. Hopefully it will be us, as we're at home next week. What have we got here? First time, as I said, in the Premier League career, Bukayo has recorded 100% passing accuracy. Great to see. There's our boys. Bukayo Saka in today's game, 48 touches, 1 assist. 2 key passes, 20 out of 28 accurate passes, 7 out of 10 ground duels won, 3 tackles, 4 fouls suffered, 7.7 SOFA score rating. Another Arsenal win, another standout Saka performance. Excellent work. Arsenal's Premier League away record in 2024, 10 matches played, 8 wins, 1 draw, no defeats. Goals scored 30, goals conceded 3. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's see, lots of talk going off. Have a nice cold one and listen to Tone break down the game. Nice one, D-Dubs. Yeah, Brighton, I'm ready. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much all for joining us on today's show. Have a great weekend, and we will see you again. The Premier League review show next Friday at 10 o'clock here on the 101 and Arsenal chat. And then, of course, we will be with you for the Brighton game next weekend. Take care. Bye for now.